How's it going, people? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to F all of that, man. Yes, people. Welcome back to another episode of the Big Six. I'm back on hosting duties. They tried to count me out, but I'm back in. SAEED, Steve, GRIZZ, GRIZZ Esker. BHAVS. You notice how I said BHAVS in a quiet voice, BHAVS. and then Matisse. Man, what we saying, man? How we feeling?
I don't know.
Man.
Good, man.
If you got three points, put your hands up.
Is it the three like scrubber dubs at the top and then the three serious teams at the bottom? Is that how it is today?
Okay.
It should be, man.
Scrubber dubs and shit.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! How it's starting?
Yeah, man.
Is that how it's starting?
Man, I've seen 3 points in a long time, man. Crazy.
Oh shit!
Relax, man. Relax.
I know Steve don't want to be paired up with Saeed.
Get the big shark out of his tank, mate.
I don't know what 3 points is.
Give them the scrubber dubs.
They're in the mud, man. They're in the mud. It's crazy.
Nasty, nasty work.
That is brilliant work, Matisse. That is brilliant work.
Nasty work. But before we actually get into it, I don't know how many likes we're on, but people, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to all of us as well. Our individual YouTube channels and socials are in the description as well. Yo, let's start, man, because I'm hungry. I gotta eat on something, bro. I'm hungry. Who's feeding me first? GRIZZ, we got to start with the biggest game of the weekend.
Listen, I've been on this show for the last 5 weeks and we've lost every fucking game. And not one of you pussies on here has cooked me once. So if you're going to cook me...
What do you mean, man? We cook
What are you talking about, bro? You've been doing this some days.
First of all, Saeed can't talk shit because he's done fuck all in the last 5 years on this show anyway. Yeah?
So
Matisse just keeps in the corner. BHAVS, this is BHAVS' year, apparently. They're going for the title, but they couldn't do it because Man City was so good. But now Man City is so bad, they still can't do it because slots marched all through them and not spent a penny. So that narrative's gone out the window. So the only one really on here that wants to cook me is GRIZZ Khan. The rest of you need to show some respect. Go and watch the...
Nah, brother.
Are you mad?
Yeah, that none of you have ever done.
Yeah.
Pipe down, mate.
Respect
Pipe down, yeah?
Nah, brother.
And GRIZZ, by the way, GRIZZ is not going to cook because whether we like it or not,
GRIZZ is a ninja, man.
Up
Do you know what I mean?
six fingers.
The wall hat's not out yet.
7 years on his club.
I just think, Steve, the thing about the old days is...
Yeah.
The old days. What, last
days.
season? Last season.
Yeah, the old days. Yes, last season.
If it's an old day, what's your old days? What's your old days, Chopping Boy?
Yes. The thing about the old days... The old days. Yeah.
Do you know
what
what
happened? What happened to blood in the water?
Do you know this cooking thing? Yeah, like all that. Like I'm gonna.
It's bold. You can't cook no one. You can't cook someone who's won 4 league titles.
I'm gonna speak about my club.
You can't cook them.
No. Before you go, GRIZZ, can we sing a song, guys?
We can cook you, and we will.
Can we sing a song? Like,
Shall we sing a song?
Like, it's a famous song called
Baby Shark, Baby Shark,
Baby Shark, Baby Shark. You've gone from the big sharks, Steve, to the tiny little sharks, bro. You know what I mean? And yes,
at least he was a shark.
Yeah,
at least he
you've
was a
got
shark.
60 feet.
You've gone
7. We're not talking about no.
You've gone from a
You got 6 slots in 7, bro.
Damn.
You've gone from the sharks to Finding Nemo. What's his name?
Finding Nemo, man.
Bro.
Crazy.
The one who smells blood, but he says fish for life.
You gotta take it, Steve, man. You've won 4 in a row, and you not letting us cook you after losing 6 out of 7.
We have.
Come on here.
You can cook me about this game.
Hold on a minute, man.
In the grand scheme of things, you know what I mean? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It's not embarrassing, but that's the problem, Steve. You're not letting us.
Embarrassing. My team has forward every one of your team for the last 4 years.
One at a time.
White.
The problem is, Steve, and we're gonna let GRIZZ talk because, to be fair, his team
GRIZZ can
they're top
talk.
of the league today.
GRIZZ can talk.
The problem with you, Steve, is we're trying
I'm
to
a champion,
analyze
innit?
and cook.
I know that. I'm a
We're
champion.
trying to analyze and cook you for this game. We're not. Nobody's trying to discredit what you've won last year,
I've
the year
just told-
before.
Cook me for
But
this game.
you're basically saying we can't talk, we can't cook
No,
you
you can
because you've
talk.
won 4 in a row.
But just have a bit of respect in it, because your teams have been crying for the last 4 years. GRIZZ Carr's not been out of the house for 4 years, mate.
Where's the
4
where's
years.
the disrespect though? Where's the disrespect? If we're saying we're seeing the same thing you're seeing, how's that disrespect?
No, cook away. But I just said show some respect.
Look, guys,
Show
Where's the
some respect.
disrespect?
normally
Tell us
we
what the
start.
disrespect is.
Normally we start with the home team,
Yeah.
man. And look, I'm not about this, talking about Man City, man. Honestly, like I want to talk about Liverpool Football Club, if you don't mind. Like we've talked about Man City last 5 weeks, every week. Like they're losing, man. They lose every week, man. It's normal now, isn't it? Like why do we need to carry on talking about Man City? We're talking about Liverpool here now, man. And I mean, like everyone has been saying every week, well, you ain't played anyone, or you haven't had injuries, or the other teams, or the latest one is the other team's star players always injured when you play them, or whatever hurdle. My bald fella, notice I've not got a hat on today in dedication and respect for my new bald hero, because he's a bald hero of mine, guys. He's changed my whole
Your life.
season, not life.
He's changed your
season
life.
around.
He has changed your life.
Change your life.
He's changed my season around because
He's changed your life, because for 4 years, no one's heard a fucking peep from you.
he's come in and absolutely made Pep Guardiola probably one of the coaches of the century. Absolutely rattled as much as Big Steve, or Little Steve as he's known as, Little Stephen as he's known as now.
So Slot
back
made him
to-
rap.
It's my segment. Can you mute him, please? Because he won't shut up otherwise, Toby. Can you mute him, please, when it's my section, please? Yeah, can you just mute him? Please, just mute him.
For 4
Yeah,
years,
just
you banned
mute-
it. So don't be giving
just-
me about
order.
Little Stephen, can you just shut up, please? It's
Little
Liverpool.
Stephen, listen,
Yeah,
don't let me
when-
start calling
when-
you names, mate,
when-
because you'll be crying.
When me crying, no, brother.
Yeah, you'll
I'm
be
here
crying,
for
mate.
life.
You will be.
I'm here
You
for
will be.
life. I don't make no
Listen,
exits
you will be.
or comebacks. Yeah,
You
so
will
shut
be.
up. Now you show
Don't
respect.
tell me to shut up either.
Now
'cause
you-
don't tell me to
now-
shut up.
Now you show respect because you've asked for
No,
respect.
I ain't showing no respect to you. No respect.
Okay, well, shut up then, Little
Don't-
Stephen.
don't-
Yeah,
respect.
anyway, so listen, let me get
Only
back to the
section.
show.
Stop talking bollocks about Slot being the new hero and Pep Guardiola. Yeah, because when we used to talk about Klopp, we used to cry about it. We had to say Klopp
honestly,
was-
Steve,
Grizz, let him get his shit off. Don't worry, we're gonna come
he's
back.
gonna have it
I
all
get me
right.
shit off. He's just waffling on, but I'm not having him stood there going, Little Steve and all that. Little Steve, you're a fucking dwarf, mate. So don't talk to Little Steve to me. You're about 4'2". You know what I'm saying? So come on, let's have it right, man.
Little Stephen,
He's
listen,
kettled.
I really want you to stay on the show. Please be quiet for 2 seconds, please. Otherwise, you're
want
gonna
me
get
to stay
angry
on
and
the
leave the
show?
show. Yeah, because people are gonna they're already cooking you. They're gonna say, "Shut up, Stephen. Shut up." They're gonna call you Little Stephen from now on, innit?
Want
I'm
me
telling
Little
you now.
Stephen all
That's
about
Little
it?
Stephen.
You
So
can.
that's it then. So just listen. What it is basically, right? For 5 years, for 6 years, every single team has got it. Spurs, bless their cotton socks, have had it since we've been on the show, and Toby's handled it. SAEED, my brother over there, wow. Week on week, you call him every name under the sun. Yet here he is, smiling away, chirping away. Matisse has been in the mud for God knows how long. And Arsenal, we know only 2 years, not 2 years, before 2 years, they were the banter club. And we used to cook them. So come on, you're in the mud now, pretend it's chocolate. Pretend it's chocolate and just eat some chocolate and take it. You're in the mud now. Just accept it for who it is. The way you lash out, it's not a good look. It's not a good look on your club, your fan base, your whole society. It's not a good look on you, bro. Because all people have known you is winning and smiling and giving out shit. But when you lose and your team's shit and it's boys against men out there and we're Olaying against big Man City, as you call them, you have to accept it and humble yourself, huh? Just stay humble, relax. That's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to take it or don't take it. You could do what the fuck you want, but I'm going to say what I want in my segment. And it's my segment. I've listened to you. We've listened to you. No, when it's your turn, you can talk.
That's
Please.
Yeah.
Please.
coming
Let's
up.
stick to the football, lads. Please.
What you're
That's
saying
what's coming up
bro.
next.
Please.
far worse than calling you Little Stephen, which
Come
is a
on,
little
man.
joke. And you know that's a little joke between us. But anyway, I'll carry on talking about my club. Liverpool.
Imagine if I just cut it there.
Arnie Slot,
Bro.
10 minutes. Little
for the
video.
best.
Go on, carry on, Grizz.
Arnold Slot is doing all right, man. We turned up. I was nervous because how many times can a great team, a great coach keep losing? And that was my fear in the back of my head, that they're going to come good at one stage. They're going to come good. They're going to come good. You can't just keep losing when you're a team of Man City's caliber, the players that you've got, and you're coached by Pep Guardiola. So that was what I was apprehensive about. People were saying, show your chest, tell them you're going to smash them. Everyone's smashing them. You're going to blitz them at Anfield. But I was like, surely they come good. Do you remember in the watch-along, I was like, they can't carry on being shit. They're going to come good. And we've been playing in a reserved way. We haven't gone and attacked teams, and we haven't played like Jurgen Klopp teams. But as soon as they won the toss and turned us around, like in terms of kicking towards the cop, they thought they're being smart. I thought, wow, you really want a fast start from Liverpool with the confidence levels that you got. And that's what they got, man. I'm not going to lie. For me, it was the perfect performance from Liverpool. That's the German champions, the European champions and Spanish league champions and the Premier League champions all within 10 days that we've smashed, kept clean sheets up against as well. You got to remember, we 2-0, 2-0 and 2-0, I think. Or no, 3-0 we beat Leverkusen. Bloody hell. So look, that start, we all saw it. It was scintillating stuff, man. That was a mixture of Jurgen Klopp and Slot. Like, it really should have been 4-5-0 after 20 minutes. It really should have been a Man United 7-0 job. Really. It was devastating, man. It was devastating to watch, devastating to see. Absolutely not devastated to see City like the way they were. I can't speak highly enough of this guy because now it's not a joke. Now it's not a lucky start. They ain't played anyone. We've literally played the best teams in Europe and the league champions of all their respective countries as well. Yeah. So you can't use that one. In terms of style and like, oh, well, let's see if they go behind. Or, oh, sorry, this week's one was, let's see if they can handle the pressure, because Arsenal put in a stellar performance the night before. And everyone was like, okay, let's see what the pressure's like for Anfield and Liverpool. The world's eyes will be on them. Man City, surely with one last chance of Man City salvaging their season, see if they can, recover or get back into the title race. Because if they won, the narrative would have totally changed. But I really can't recall. I can't recall an easier game against Man City since obviously the takeover and everything. It was proper boys. And Steve will speak about Man City, but I'm sure he hates going to Anfield anyway when Liverpool are playing good and like sort of under Klopp. This one was an unknown quantity under Slot, but it must have been horrible. It must have been horrible because we were horrible to play up against. We saw the game. We just didn't let them out. I was cracking jokes about, you're not allowed in. You're not allowed in. None of them are allowed in on our penalty box. And I think it was like record amount of, or least amount of touches they've had in a penalty box, God knows in how many years. If you want to talk about individuals, absolute master classes from Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Gravenberch. Wow. That is the closest performance I've seen to the Fabinho against Barcelona one, when we beat them, 4-0 when we had to make the comeback. Yeah. That was the closest performance. He got a yellow card again, just like Fabinho did against them. And to get an early yellow card against Man City, it can be dangerous, but he dominated whatever Man City had in there pretty much single-handedly, didn't let them out, winning tackles, spraying passes. And we all saw the Trent Alexander, who was not even 100% fit. That's why he came off after 70 minutes. We saw the damage he can do. And this is why he's worth big bucks that we're going to have to fork out to keep him. Because, yeah, he was one of the most creative sparks on that football pitch. A pitch that had, well, Kevin De Bruyne later on, but Bernardo Silva, Luis Diaz, Mohamed Salah, yet Trent Alexander-Arnold was probably the most creative player on that pitch. It was a pleasure. I wasn't there. Obviously, I had to work, mob settings and all that. But I wish I was there because I could sense the atmosphere through the screen, even though we're not allowed to have volume. We have the volume off, sorry. But yeah, man, I can't imagine how City fans must feel after that, because that's the worst place to go to, Anfield, when you're on the back of 5-6 defeats. But you think to yourself, we might be able to raise it one last time. We might be able to raise it because we have to raise it. We didn't let them raise it. We didn't let. I wanted them to be eliminated from the title race, and they're eliminated from the title race. I said it. I said I'm not saying it now. I'm not showing. I said if we beat them, that's Man City out of the title race. And I truly believe that this iteration. I told Steve last week that I don't think you'll ever have it as good as you've had it for the last 5-6 seasons. And he was like, "No, we're going to come back." I said, "Definitely not this season. You may come back to a certain level. You may win the league again, but what you've seen for the last 5-6 years, you'll never see again." That's my opinion. Because obviously football's cyclical. Pep Guardiola won't stay there for another 5-6 years. And, it's just, they've enjoyed it. And of course, they'll absolutely cherish those moments. But it's definitely out of Man City's aspirations or expectations now to win the title this season. I think they focus on the Champions League and we march on. And I've said it openly. I said, if we win our next 2 league games, the title's a wrap. You lot saw that. Toby, you was asking me what that means. Toby, remember I was saying, you were like, yeah. Sorry, yeah. If we win, but I don't.
Mourinho at the Emirates.
Yeah, if we win both our games, then all these Arsenal fans are doing their metrics and calculations, and I see league tables and expected and all this bullshit. Yeah, relax. If we beat Newcastle away and if we beat Everton away, which are 2 of our hardest games that rivals are looking at to drop points, because apart from the big 6 fixtures, these are the toughest fixtures for us. Outside our fixtures,
you won 4 out of the last 4 at St James's, no? Or 3 out of the last 3 or something like that.
Cracking record there. But we've had luck of the draw a couple of times.
We won last season, the 2-1.
Yeah. Nunes in the last 10 minutes turned the game around. But we've been a little bit lucky sometimes at Newcastle. And Everton always turn into Atletico Madrid when they play us. I'm telling you now, and they turn into Atletico Madrid. So that's why opposition will be looking at these next 2 games where we can claw it back, because I think they got like Forest at home or something, or I don't know who they got. Arsenal got some 2 lightweight games. But
we've got Fulham away, I think.
Fulham away, without Joachim Andersen.
It's a tough game. It's a tough game.
But
tough game, man.
I was waiting for this game because I didn't see Man City continuing the trend of losing. I thought they're gonna put in a performance. Pep's gonna do something different, and he did. To be honest, he did try something different. Again, Steve will talk about more his formations and tactics. He played a Kanji in midfield. He played Ruko Lewis right wing. I think he started off Nunes left wing. So very defensive, like trying to cover all the spaces and cracks. But we just didn't let them out. And as I said, some of the performances from my boys were stunning. I mean, I'm sure you lot saw highlights. You're probably watching your own games, but you watched our game later on, whatever. And beating Real Madrid and Man City 4-0 in a matter of 3-4 days, it's not easy. Don't let anyone tell you it's easy. We've just beaten the best team the Premier League's seen in the last decade, and the self-proclaimed, and they are the best club in world football in his first season. That's him putting away our what's his name? Ancelotti, Pep Guardiola, Unai Emery, if you class him as a good coach, I do. And Ten Hag, obviously not much of a coach.
Xabi Alonso.
Xabi Alonso, all these great coaches he's just put away in his first season.
All these great coaches plus Ten Hag.
He's still learning on job. We're not close to the finished article. But my God, what he's shown so far has been heartwarming, man. It's been heartwarming. And yeah, that was the performance for us of the season because it was so complete. Barring a Virgil van Dijk little sweet that he offered Kevin De Bruyne, and then Kevin De Bruyne opened a wrapper and the sweet fell out of his hand. That was the only thing that I can discredit Liverpool for. Otherwise, it was... And we should have scored 4-5, minimum 4-5 another goals. The finishing, Mohamed Salah open goal. Virgil van Dijk should have scored a hat-trick. Virgil van Dijk had more attempts, twice the attempts Haaland had. Like his expected goals, Virgil van Dijk's expected goals was twice the amount of Haaland's expected goals. So I've never seen City that blunt. We've seen them sort of work their way towards bluntness, but how ineffective they were and how effective Liverpool were, I thought it was a masterclass. And now, yeah, man, I agree with everything that you lot saw in terms of it's ours to lose. 100% it's ours to lose.
So obviously, Grizz, you've given your breakdown of the game and where it leaves Liverpool now, right? But I want to hear from the rest of the panel before we go into Man City. Where does everyone stand now in terms of Liverpool and the title credentials? Like, is it literally, if they don't win it from here, they're bottlers? Is it a case of Liverpool still a long way to go? Like, where's everyone at now in terms of their perception of Liverpool?
This brother here.
Because and by everyone, I mean,
here.
No, there's a guy next to me as well. He's 10 points.
no,
right?
listen, Babs.
Because you've been
Nah, come on.
Let's not do this. Let's not be silly now.
So Man
Bro,
City
keep
are at
pushing.
where you lot have complained about how Man City are the job.
No, it's true. It's very true. No,
Can't
no,
compete
very good
with Man
points. I
City.
can't lie.
Well, you're not competing with Man City according to
No, we're not.
Grizz right now. You're competing with Liverpool. So
No, we are.
where
We
do
are.
you stand?
You know, obviously, I was on a podcast earlier this season on FCM, and I said that at that time I didn't see Liverpool as our biggest threats. So obviously, I have to hold my hands up and say I underestimated Liverpool, overestimated City this season as well. I think my logic at the time was City had won the last 4 league titles, so I had to put them as favourites. But obviously, over the past few games, you know, Liverpool have had harder games. They've come out of it stronger, and they've passed some hard tests. So I have to, you know, put my hands up and say I've underestimated them, and they've come out flying colours as well. And I see them as obviously they're the favourites right now, because they're 9 points clear. And it's in their hands. For Arsenal, of course, it's a bit uncomfortable right now because if it wasn't City at the start of the year, a lot of people put Arsenal down as a team to win a title. So right now we're in a bit of a predicament where we have to go and win every single game and hope that Liverpool drop points. And look, they will, because every team does. You know,
Yeah, 100%.
This is not. I can't say the same Liverpool as 1920. Where they were just miles ahead of everyone else. I think in terms of caliber of the teams, Arsenal and Liverpool fully strength were actually pretty similar. And we saw at the Emirates where even when we were a bit weakened, it was a very even game. But Liverpool have the advantage because they have won their games in front of them. They've taken advantage of the teams, and they got 9 points clear of Arsenal. So right now, it is still for me a title race because I still see Arsenal closing that gap to maybe 6, hopefully 3. But Liverpool are the firm favourites, and we have to hold our hands up and say, look, we've lost games against Newcastle and Bournemouth. It's costly. I'm not going to cry about referees or injuries. It is what it is. It's done. Look forward to the future. You know, you got 2 games against United and Fulham. Win those 2 games, you never know. Football's weird, man. You know, if Newcastle somehow get a point or something, we'll close the gap down. But we just got to keep doing our job, keep winning our games, and we have to go on a similar run to last season, where we obviously had those 3 games against Fulham, West Ham, and co. But then won the rest of our games and lost that 1 game all season. Have to go on something like that and hope for the best.
Fair enough. We'll get on to you. Don't think that's it. We'll get on to you when we talk about
bring it to
Arsenal.
me.
At least now he's apologized, isn't it? At least,
No, it's not apologizing.
He had to.
Let me. It's not apologizing. It's
That sounds like an apology.
Well, you disrespect Liverpool.
No, but
That's
listen,
what you
it's
done.
not a disrespect. One
You
second.
kinda low-key
Steve was saying earlier, right? Steve was saying earlier, respect the 4-time champions. So at that time of the season,
they were
right,
doing bits.
City won 11 points behind. So when I say the biggest threats, I'm saying the favourites. And at the time, City were the favourites. So there's nothing wrong with me saying that at the time. I'm not going to go back and say that was wrong.
No, that
But I
part
think
isn't.
since then,
isn't what I'm
City
talking
have
about, bro.
fallen off quite a mile. That's my apology if you want to say it for that. But I don't think it's an apology. I just think, look, a team's come out of their test. Another team obviously has faltered 6 games or 7 games without a win. So you have to hold your hands up and say Liverpool have come through. They are now the biggest threats. So, and I'll happily say that.
I hear
it.
Listen, for me, if we're still talking about Liverpool City, which I'm sure we are, because we're going to get to Arsenal and properly break that down later, but Liverpool, Szoboszlai, the energy is mad. I know technically he has his flaws, he has his criticism this season, but this guy is sprinting up and down.
You know,
And
the
this is just a reminder again in the Premier League. Physically, you have to be able to compete. Slot at the start of the season saying, if you don't win your duels, don't even bother talk to me about tactics, right? And the 2 teams physically were night and day. We've already spoken about Walker's physical drop-off. We've spoken about Rico Lewis playing right wing. I thought that was a mad decision from Pep to go and put Rico Lewis up against Robertson. One area that maybe you could have attacked and you could have done something with. Gundogan and Bernardo in midfield physically not there to be able to compete. They haven't got the legs. So I just thought physically, the press, the way they suffocated City, the way they didn't even let them get out. City couldn't even then go long because they didn't have no outlets on the wing. Nunez was just giving the ball away. I thought Grealish maybe would have held the ball together a bit better. That's how he usually does in big games. And then you're looking at Haaland up against Van Dijk, who was, brilliant, and Gomez. And I said to SAEED last week, listen, friends or no friends, bro, Gomez is a good defender. Gomez is a good defender. A lot of people forget Gomez last season, when Liverpool needed someone to plug holes and to play, he did. And before all of his accumulation of injuries, he was the first one that paired up against Haaland with Van Dijk and kept that clean sheet and stopped him from scoring. Remember when he came into this league and he just killed everybody, and then he went to Anfield and he didn't get a sniff. That was Gomez and Van Dijk. So
that back four, we ran it back from 18-19.
Yes,
like that back four was, and there was a lot of questions because obviously Robertson's been criticised, and rightly so. His performances haven't been consistently high. We've had the odd brilliant game for Robertson, and naturally Trent, obviously the accusations of he can't defend are still there. Plus he's been out for over a month, I think. Yeah, was it over a month? Yeah, he definitely missed about.
I think it was a couple of weeks.
Over a month. So he was only 1 week worth of training, but we had to throw him in there because no Conor Bradley, and Gomez replacing probably the most informed centre back around in Konate. So everyone was like, okay, plus no Alisson, the best keeper in the Premier League. So there was question marks about, okay, they're putting back this old back four, how they're going to defend. But I know I spoke about Gravenberch and Van Dijk, but you're right. I've just forgotten. I'll tell you why I can't pick out one man of the match. Like Liverpool were men.
I've got to give Szoboszlai his credit, GRIZZ. I know
he played well.
He played well.
Szoboszlai.
He played well.
You know, is Matisse, SAEED. We were there in the watch along, and I was so happy brother Toby was next to me. Because you know how much shit he's been giving him, right?
Yeah.
And Toby, he's so funny. Toby's so funny. Ask Matisse in Turkish, yeah? He was saying, he was waiting for him to do something shit, yeah? But he kept saying, oh, and then he kept saying, who was that? And I kept saying, Szoboszlai. Okay.
Yeah.
So like every time he done something good, he was like, oh shit, who was that? I go, Szoboszlai. Oh, okay.
This is a lie.
He was
this is a lie. I said
doing mad shit, but it's Szoboszlai. I can't really.
This is a lie.
Like
Do you know how this is a lie?
So then I go, Toby, are you watching this performance? Because I tell you why. He ain't got normal lungs or normal size lungs or normal number of lungs. That brother was a non-stop machine, and I knew he'd pick him up against Man City. I knew people like Curtis Jones dropped after that performance against Real Madrid, but I knew he's going to play him against Man City, because Man City were persistent in trying to play that ball out. And I don't think Man City have been pressed like that, like how we pressed them. Like Spurs tried it a lot in patches, you know what I mean? Other teams have tried it, but we didn't let them out.
To be fair, after the first 10 minutes, Spurs pressed and they got what they wanted.
Bournemouth.
No, but what I'm saying is, Matisse, for 90 minutes, brother. Like Szoboszlai was pressing them in our last goal was because of the pressing we done. Yeah. And even Mohamed Salah's, when he's clean through, that's through pressing. Yeah, man. Energy, you're right. Szoboszlai was a wrecking machine, and he was playing that role specifically to press them. They didn't have an answer. Man City had he tried Bernardo Silva in a deeper position. Then he tried Gundogan as a double pivot with him. Nunes, what Nunes was doing on the left wing, I don't know, because he didn't help.
That's why he's played him when he's picked him on the flanks.
He didn't help Ake against Salah, because I don't know. So I don't understand that tactic. And Rico Lewis, I know Steve didn't want him playing anywhere, I think, but what Rico Lewis was doing on that, like, it gave them no invention, no creativity, nothing.
We need to talk about that, and this is why I want to get Steve's comments, right? Because we've spoken about the Liverpool side, but we need to talk about the other side, the Man City side, because I actually want to hear your perspective, Steve. Like, obviously, you predicted a Man City win, but that was probably more of a hope than an expectation. But
it was tongue in cheek. I'm not going to come on here and go against my team and the manager and say we're going to get levered. It's just I can't do that. I can't do it.
Agree.
And that's why when I was saying before, I don't mind people slagging this team off. They deserve it at the minute. I can't have anyone slagging the manager off, though. It's Pep Guardiola. You look what he's done to the Premier League in the last 8-9 years. So to lose 4 league games and people start talking about what people have done to Guardiola, I'm not about that. Call the players, no problem. But Guardiola, what he's done to your teams over the last 9 years is a lot bigger than what is happening in 4 games. So with Pep, I ain't having that. With the players, I'm having it. You know what I mean? They're not good enough. They've not been good enough all season. I said it on here, beginning of the season, we're not the same team. People said I was crying at home because we were second. I said it was a false position. People were starting to suss it out. Then we got sussed out. We were going to Anfield. There were people talking about 5, 6, 7, and that wasn't people exaggerating it. That was people literally thinking that could happen. And the way we defended at home, not away, at home to Tottenham Hotspur, who had been beat by Ipswich, the writing was on the wall. So we're panicking. I'm looking at the team thinking, right, if we go there, we're dead. The only saving grace we had was Ruben Diaz came in. And Ruben Diaz was talking. I was on row 2 of the away end, and Ruben Diaz had some job on that to talk to them players, to keep them going because they were gone. Do you know what I mean? He's playing Erling Haaland up front, and then he's playing Nunes on the left, Lewis on the right. He said, I like wingers, but I wanted more ball retention. I'm not being funny. They might as well not have played, the pair of them. Like Grizz said, Nunes offered nothing to Ake. Lewis offered nothing to Walker. And then Haaland then has got no supply. So I'm thinking in my head, are they going to go long like at Highbury and at the Emirates the other year when they bypassed the midfield and Haaland tried to link it up? I thought maybe they're going to try that. Didn't do that. And they were on us. From minute 1, they was on us. They could have been 3 or 4 up. Nathan Ake, for me, I thought he defended well. He tried his best. Kanji kept giving the ball away. Nunes kept giving the ball away. Rico giving the ball away. And it's hard enough to go to Anfield when City have got Kun Aguero and Yaya Toure and people like that, because we never get joy there. So to go there with that team, Liverpool must have been... My mate, Liverpool fan, he texted me before kickoff and went, what's your team about? And I just said, phew, I don't know. I don't know whether he's thinking, keep it low or what. But I've done my match preview today. I've given Liverpool credit. They played well. They've got the momentum. They look like a title-winning team. We're miles off it. But I've been honest and open with it, and I've said it. And some City fans have come at me and said, oh, how can you throw this in, throw that? I'm not throwing it in. Mathematically, you don't throw it in until it's impossible. But when you watch a team like that, how is that Manchester City team you've all watched in the last 6 weeks, how is that team putting a 10-game run together, 14-game run together? It's not going to happen, people. So the younger ones that say, oh, no, you need to believe. I get that. In previous seasons, we always had that level. Don't get me wrong. He brought Doku on and Savinho, and we had a little bit of a go. But there's no end product there. Doku's roasting Trent on that side. Trent might as well just let him run past him, because when he gets past him, what does he do? Nothing. Savinho coming inside. It was men against boys out there. It was men against boys out there. And like you say, I came away from it with a little bit of pride, thinking at least we didn't get dicked 4 or 5. That's how I was thinking about it.
Yeah, but the thing is, looking at your subs bench, I didn't know how he could change it anyway. Like, Kevin De Bruyne is not fit.
No.
Savio and Doku would have just, like, your second half team, everyone was saying should have been your first half team. When he had Doku on the left, Savio on the right, Kevin De Bruyne in the 10 instead of Foden. I genuinely think you would have been tanked even more if you had them 3 on the pitch, because Kevin De Bruyne hasn't got the legs right now, and Doku and Savio wouldn't have given you anything going backwards. So and in midfield, you said Ruben Diaz was talking the most. It looked like Silva was the captain, like little Bernardo Silva. He was going around giving pep talks to everyone, trying to rally the troops. Like I kept saying to Toby, look at Silva, look at Silva going around trying to rally the troops. But he was getting no response from no one, nothing.
And we're just getting bounced off the ball all the time because they're too small. Too small. And like you say, there's no point in painting Haaland, but we know what's wrong with it. It stems from the summer. He's not replaced it. Whether he was leaving or what, we don't know. Phil Foden, there's got to be an issue. He's not there. So he needs to be dropped. If he's not playing well, drop him. You know what I mean? You're talking about Grealish in the 10 now, which people have been calling for 2 or 3 years. Let him play with freedom in the 10. Let him go left, get him go right, let him shoot. I'm up for it, but he never does it. But I don't know whether Pep needed it or whatever. He's feeling it. People, he's got to turn it round, and that's where we are. The title race for me is between Arsenal, Liverpool, and Chelsea. They're the ones more consistent than us. We can't put a run together. We can't do it.
Chelsea.
At the end of the day, but people can say Chelsea. Don't forget, Chelsea
I
spent
agree.
£2 billion. They've got a squad on paper that's better than a lot of squads. So how they're getting away with saying they're not?
I'm agreeing with you. We were saying this on the big
That's
stage.
what I'm
We
saying.
said this on the show yesterday. We said this on the show yesterday.
So to me, that's where it is. At this time now, City have got a real fight to get in the top four. To get in the top four.
true.
And listen, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If the youth, them three teams start fighting it out and shit starts happening, and he gets his act together January, and when we start putting a few results together, maybe we can come late and get back in some sort of a mix. But if you're asking me now, honest opinion, we're miles off it. And I've said that 6-7 weeks ago. I've said that. But, you know, it's just one of them things. They've got the momentum, Liverpool. Do you know what, though? I'll tell you something. Yeah, I'll tell you something. I met Liverpool fans outside the ground before the game, and they still not 100%. They still wouldn't like 100% say it.
Yep.
And because I think what's happened with the City thing over the years, that's hurt them more than they're letting on.
Yeah,
but
facts.
I feel like now, after this week they've had, where they've done Real Madrid, they've done City, they've kept clean sheet, I don't think they're going to lose any games at Anfield. I don't think anyone can do it. But, you know, you can't knock them, man. You can't knock them. And you've got to give it them.
The reason why, as I said last week, is we don't know what a slot season looks like. Yeah, it's been brilliant for the first 12, 13, 14 games. But that's why there's uncertainty, for me anyway, and probably the people that you spoke to. Because we still don't know what a slot team looks like, even though that was a bloody good example. I thought against Madrid was the best performance of the season. Remember, I said it to you guys on the.
Can I just say something, Grizz? One thing that would, you can tell what a slot team is. There was a spell in that second half when Liverpool let City have the ball.
Yeah, I remember
needed a rest, to recover. And they took a step back like that, and we were knocking it around and doing fuck all, right? And I said to my mate went, we're getting back into it. I went, we ain't getting back into it. They've let us have the ball for 10 minutes. They're having a little breather, then they're going to go again. And they give City false hope. And like you say, false hope. And that's what Pep used to do. Pep used to calm down, let someone have the ball, give them false hope. They come gung on to him, bang, we kill you. And I said it to my mate. I went, they're playing with us, mate. They're playing with us. They're like, we played with people before. They're playing with us.
I think what we done looking back, obviously when I'm watching the game with these lot, they're trying to make me nervous in the mob settings, right? But when
you were making yourself nervous.
This brother was shitting himself.
You were making yourself
I wasn't
nervous.
shitting. I wasn't shitting.
You were shitting yourself, bro.
Right.
I told you. I
Right.
told you.
Right.
You got this. I told you got this. You're
Tell
like,
me why I
oh,
was shitting
no,
myself.
but if we don't score, maybe City will.
According to you, like, if I was shitting myself, tell me why. Because we were playing so good and so dominant, and it's 1-0. Have you not? You not watched football before? When it's
No, I know
1-0,
how you feel. It's how I feel
That's
every
it.
week.
No, it's not, brother.
He feels
Yeah,
like
but
that.
hold on a second. Hold on the mob.
No.
You are literally. When the other teams are playing, I'm gonna go for you.
We are not the
On
same,
mob.
Toby.
No,
Chill out. Because I know man are ready to dunk. I'm specifically talking about watching your team play a game of football, knowing you need them to win on the mob watch along. It's pressure.
Facts.
It's pressure, and
But
every single shot counts because you don't know if your team's gonna take it.
When you got someone like Haaland who needs one chance,
I need to chill,
I'm thinking they're gonna have one chance. That's why I was like, we need to finish them off here. But
Especially when Salah missed that chance as well.
That was mad. That chance was mad.
That chance, I can't believe it.
Yeah, but the difference was in that second half, we lulled them into. They went up 10 yards as a defense. So I noticed that Diaz, Akanji, everyone, the whole team pushed up 10 yards, because they thought we're backing off. We backed off strategically because we knew we're going to be.
We weren't doing anything with it, though.
We're going to bring on Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones. And when you're tired as a back four, because our front three pressed the living daylights, front four with Szoboszlai, pressed the living daylights out of them. They were so tired. And just when you think, okay, we're going to have some possession, because the first 20 minutes they had some possession, Darwin Núñez came on, and my brother didn't stop. And they must have thought, who's this crazy horse coming on? Because he did not, he like ran them ragged on his own, won the penalty, won the ball, slid tackle. He was centre back, right back, up front. Yeah, and you know, that obviously killed them off, obviously, with the second goal and the penalty. But that's
the
when
thing that pissed me off as well. They're letting Trent Alexander-Arnold, who's the best passer of the ball on the pitch, have about 30 seconds on the ball to just do what he wants.
Yeah, spray
He's
it,
spraying balls with the outside of his boot and that. No
Yeah.
one's closing him down. And it was disjointed, but it was never. You've got to go there with a bit of hope and have a go. We didn't have a go. We had no hope. We were trying to not to concede another 4 goals, in my opinion. That's what happened.
Steve, I know. Obviously, you said like, because I do think some of the chat on Pep Guardiola on his overall stint at Man City has been a bit disingenuous the last couple of days because of the run, right? But
there's only one person saying that, man.
But I think in isolation though, Steve, and I think you've alluded. Obviously, you're not like directly saying it, but like if I look at that Liverpool game in isolation, we were watching it yesterday, and if that was any other manager who set up the way Pep Guardiola set up, we'd be criticizing the manager, because I think that setup was appalling. It was really, really appalling, and it did Man City no favors whatsoever. Like,
well, if it had gone there and played Doku on the left, Savinho on the right, and gone, and we'd have got beat 4 or 5, everyone would have said, how stupid was he to set up like that at Anfield and go gung ho when he knew he was going to get beat? He set up not to get fucking hammered, to keep Liverpool at 0-0, 1-0 for 70, 75 minutes. Then he thought he could bring Kevin De Bruyne on and Grealish and maybe snatch something. That's what he had in his mind. That's what he had in his mind. But that's the position he's put himself in with this board, with not thinking. He thought he's got himself a little bit arrogant over the last few years, what's gone on, and thought that if I lose Haaland, I'll play a false 9. Because you can't say the proof's been in the pudding. Every time he's had a little bit of adversity, he's changed it and it's worked. Now he's changed it and it hasn't worked. And he's thinking shit. So now he's got to deal with it and take it on the chin. But the players are not good enough. There was a big call, like you say, for Rico Lewis. Rico Lewis, for me, I said he was a fullback. He needs to stay at fullback. I don't know when what he offers going forward. I can't see a through ball from him. I don't see an assist from him. I don't see a shot from the edge of the box. I don't see him tracking back and winning tackles. I feel like he's in there to keep the ball ticking over. But teams, they're too clever for that. They're too physical for that. Let him have the ball. If I'm a manager, I'm saying, let Rico Lewis have the ball. What's he going to do? He can't hurt us. If Kevin De Bruyne has the ball, he can hurt you. He might not have the pace. He can find that ball. Even Gundogan can find it. Rico, if you press Rico Lewis, he either makes a mistake or he passes the ball backwards. Yep. Can't be in that team. You know, Pep's had 3 midfielders at Barcelona, Messi, Iniesta, and Xavi, who were tiny, but they were that good. They didn't need to be physical. This is Rico Lewis. He's a 20-year-old kid. Maybe he's taken out of the limelight for a bit for me, and or something. But you can't say that word yesterday. You can't say it.
Yeah, it's mad. When you look at the players Man City have sold over the years, and Rico Lewis is the one that's being thrusted and given such a responsibility, he just looks like a fish out of water in the roles that Pep Guardiola is playing him. I think you're right.
It has to be the team where they have possession. He's going to be useful.
His persistence with Carl Walker,
running around.
Carl is literally a walker now. Like, honestly, Carl Walker was all about pace and energy, and
there's no pace there now.
One of the quickest fullbacks the Premier League's ever seen. I'm not joking. Gakpo's not even that quick. Like, Gakpo's decent, but Gakpo's only, like, he's tall, but he's not strongly built, if you know what I mean. He's more lanky than thing. He literally bullied Carl Walker throughout the game. And Carl Walker's lack of defensive awareness, if you take away the physical traits that he's got, it's shambolic, man. Rico Lewis is without doubt the future right back. Like, he should be playing right back now.
I wouldn't even think he's a right back, you know.
He is. He's a brilliant fullback. He's a right back. Yeah, man.
I think he's a right back in the Man City system. I don't think he's like a traditional right back.
Yeah, he's not a natural right back for me. In a system, Guardiola maybe.
He's a right back coming. He's a right back coming into
inside
middle every now and then. But I just listen, and I don't get on these players. There's no man on here can tell me they've seen me getting on my players. Even when I should get on my players, I never get on my players. I'm just saying that Rico, at the minute, the fans are turning on him. The guy in front of me in the stand smashed his seat up. Smashed his seat off the fucking frame, right? And I went, what are you doing that for? And he went, fucking Rico Lewis winding me up. And I was like, this is what I'm dealing with in the away end, man. The guy's smashing his seat up.
All the players pick on the youngster.
Yeah, but look,
Yeah,
bro,
they're
what
picking
about
on
the
him.
PFA
They're
Player of the
picking
Year?
on Kyle Walker's been getting it all the time. But Pep should know he's an experienced man. If Rico Lewis is getting a little bit of stick, he needs to take him out of the firing line. He took Josko Vardy out of the firing line, and he took Edison.
He took Edison as well. Yeah, he did.
Rico Lewis
Foden, man, for ghosting again.
Yeah, no, Foden, Haaland, Bernardo Silva,
thing is-
world-class players, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
The
these
thing
are the
is, I
players you
think-
should look at. These are the players that have turned up
100%.
one-timers for you guys. And especially like Foden specifically, man. He's not scored in December. And we don't talk about it because he's
Forget
out
about
of form.
December. He's not scored all season in the
Yeah,
Premier League.
Joe,
Wait, hold on,
yeah,
hold
that's
on,
what I'm saying.
Steve. Who's your second goal scorer, highest goal scorer after Haaland?
Vardy.
Do you know that
Vardy.
team
That's
what they
yesterday?
got. Yeah.
There was only one. There was
Yeah,
only
Vardy.
Haaland in that team yesterday that scored the league goal.
Yeah.
Scored,
Oh yeah, so who said that?
Savinho ain't scored a league goal. Neither
Someone
has
came
It
out
was
with
Matisse. It was Matisse that said it on the show.
Probably Josko Vardy at left
Yeah,
back.
it's
Here's
Vardy
Gvardiol, yeah.
Vardy or Stones. I think the point on Phil Foden, it does need to be magnified further because, like, we all know how talented a player he is, but the extent in which he has underperformed this season is actually scary. Like 0 goals, 0 assists, and it's not even the fact that you're not scoring or you're not assisting. He is literally a non-entity in these games. He's doing absolutely nothing to impact the game positively for Man City at all. Off the ball, not doing anything. On the ball, not doing anything. Not creating chances. It's actually spooky. It's
Toby, you know what it
absolutely
is?
spooky.
You got De Bruyne on the bench. You know, you could tell he's probably on his last legs, right? He's not the same player as he once was. This is your time to take that crown and be like, yo, I've got this. I'm the future.
I agree.
And it's just it's very passive, bro. And I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Yeah,
You got
I think it's look.
Haaland. You're the connector to Haaland, and Haaland's on it. I don't really blame Haaland. People
Same.
can say, "Oh, you're Haaland,"
Same.
but really and truly, what's
He
Haaland
needs
going to
service,
do?
though, innit?
Holland
He's
has
got
done
no
his job.
service.
Holland has done his
needs
job
service,
this season.
yeah. He
People
scored
will
his goal.
If we didn't have
That's what I'm saying.
Haaland, it'd
Bro.
be peak.
He's done his job
Yeah,
this
it would
season.
be.
Now, you
Haaland.
imagine,
But
you
think-
imagine Haaland got injured and we had to play Foden false 9.
Also, Gundogan, yeah, I've got it completely wrong, man. Because,
He's cooked.
bro, I swear
but,
down.
like, how old is the
You
guy?
know
Like
what it is,
35,
When I
36?
watched him last
It's
season
about time.
in La
He's-
Liga.
yeah.
Yeah, like
When I
we
watched
can't
La
really
Liga
say
last
much
season,
about a
that
guy
shows
who's
a good-
36 at this point.
What?
He
Go on,
actually was a
say.
good player.
I said
in
it's a
Barcelona.
bad move. It's a very,
In
very
that
Go on,
bad
Sam,
Barcelona
go on.
team, he was a good player. And listen, Barcelona fans were saying, no, listen, he's been a good player. But, bro, Hansi Flick said, yo, you can go, bro. You want to go? Go. Say no more. And then I thought he would add something. But you know what? To be fair to him, though, did he expect to play this amount of minutes?
No,
I don't think
as
he
well
did.
because they wanted
You know what I mean?
to
As well, that's
Dani
another
Alves,
thing we
that's
got to talk about as well.
They wanted him
You
to
don't
come on for
expect
20
to play
minutes. At the end, with Rodri's like, because Rodri was getting no
man.
goals. They flogged
Yeah.
Rodri like a cart horse for the last 3 years in every game, and he had no one who could come on. And they brought Calvin Phillips to be a replacement. Didn't work. Every time Calvin came on, he was conceding, and it was just wild. So he thought, okay, Gundogan will slip back in there, 20 minutes here and there, no problem. But you listen, you can't. Ilkay Gundogan, he probably thinking, what have I let myself in for? Because that game yesterday was so fast.
Nah, it was a non-entity.
Mate.
You can't
He was
compete
a
with that. You
non-entity.
can't
He
compete
was a
with that.
non-entity. And I swear to you, I don't even know if, do you guys remember Kevin De Bruyne coming on? I swear, until he had that chance,
I remember.
I don't
And,
remember.
and look at the chance he had. He only has to square it to Haaland, who's next to him. He taps it in. But
Yeah.
try to make him in that. But listen, we're fucking miles off it. But the only gracious thing was I seen a little bit of fight. I didn't see it against Spurs. I didn't see it against Lisbon. I didn't see it against Brighton. So that was the worrying aspect for me, where I thought, you know what? These men don't want to fight anymore. But when against Liverpool, I saw a little bit of fight, a few blocks, and they tried to get it going a bit. We got beat off a better team. I can take that. I walked out of there. I can take that. No problem. There's not many going Anfield and not getting 3-4s. But we got to stop it this week. We've got 2 games this week in Forest, which ain't going to be easy, by the way, because if they've watched the
I was going to
game,
ask you, Steve, do you actually see yourself winning? Like you got Forest, Crystal Palace.
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you. I think this week we'll win both games.
Yeah, they win those. Come on.
Clip that, guys. Clip that.
They're going to beat.
winning
They're going to
both
beat
games.
Forest. They're going to beat.
Whether that-
8 games without a
We
win.
got him.
Whether it's five,
They're not
whether
going 8
it's five,
games.
whether it's not, I'm saying we're going to do it.
Since Steve said someone's getting a hammering, he's been getting a hammering.
Bro.
Me getting hammering, yeah, man. That's what I'm saying.
Because
But
someone's getting a slapping in the next few weeks. And since he said that, I think Spurs slapped them. We slapped
He said
them.
someone's getting a slap.
Stay humble, eh? Stay humble.
Stay humble, eh?
But okay, so you know what? Before we get into the super chats, we may as well just really do. We may as well start doing some of the predictions, right? Because
game week, innit?
Yeah. Let me get my
No time to rest.
Do Liverpool.
Let me dust off my notepad. You know,
Check the prediction league before you do it. By the way,
We don't have it updated.
we ain't got updated. We ain't got updated. Don't
I think
worry,
only
man.
me and Steve got correct scores. He got the
Don't watch that. Don't watch that.
Spurs one. I got the
Thursday
Liverpool
show will
one.
double up.
Yeah, we'll double up. Yeah, we'll double up.
Did I not
Did
get
any of you
the Chelsea score right?
Hey,
I don't know.
I
No.
thought I got the Chelsea one right, but I can't remember.
no.
Did anyone else get anything right? Saeed, Tobes, did you?
I don't think I did. I don't think
Nope, I didn't
would
get
have
anything.
told people in the
I
chat,
must
but
be
yeah.
off the bottom, innit? I must be off the bottom.
I'm not sure.
I ain't got
you,
shit,
you
bro.
stay at bottom, man. You just there.
No, I
That's
think
your
I'm off
home,
the
innit?
bottom. I think that's my home.
I mean,
You know what? You know what? Go on. So
lie, man,
let's
guys.
start. Let's start with City Forest, right? So Steve, I may as well start with
guys.
you. What you said you're gonna win, but
Hard
give us
one,
the
you know.
scoreline.
I'm
a
not
hard
gonna
one,
lie.
man.
Forest are gonna work them, you know.
I
Give us
know.
a scoreline, brother.
I think City will win 2-1.
Now we go from the top, don't we? Who's at the top?
2-1. Oh yeah, you know I ain't got the table up. It's fine. Don't worry, I'll reorder. You go next because you were actually technically top. Go on, City v Forest.
Man, guys, what do I do here, man? I'm gonna go
It's hard to predict. Man.
City 1-0.
Nah, there's not one goal in this game.
1-0 City.
There's no
1-0.
way only one goal in this game.
Okay.
1-0 scrappy win.
Matisse.
I will go 2-2.
No.
2-2. Nah, you lot are actually taking the piss.
They're not going
You're treating Man City like this. You're treating Man City like
It's been 7 games. Like what,
Newcastle.
at this point, what do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do?
What do you want me to do, bro? It's been 7 games.
Bomba.
All right, Grizz.
It's you.
No, it's you. I'll be last because I'm hosting. It's you.
Is it me? Where's the rule change suddenly? No
It's
one
you, brother. Go on.
Oh, brother, you got your correct score, innit?
Yeah.
Go on.
2-1 City.
2-1 City. Cool. I'm gonna go 3-1 Manchester City. BHAVS, I may as well do yours.
I'll
Go
just say
on.
3-2 City. They're winning.
BHAVS.
Forest are
Yeah,
physical.
I
team.
think it's
They
a
got-
3-2 actually.
Forest got
Bro, actually,
people
nah,
on the.
bro, we play
Forest
Forest
got
recently.
people on the break.
They're a good side, but if you turn up, man, you're smacked like the park.
Come on, man. Like they're a
Only
good
team
side.
to beat us, brother. They're a super team.
Oh yeah, no, he's not in the penitentiary, is it?
We may as well
Michael
cover off
Schofield
Liverpool
and that.
before we
I
do
let,
the
I let my
super chat.
I let my uncle.
Yo,
win.
let's go. Listen to the host, man.
Sorry.
Come on, man.
My bad.
Let's do the Liverpool scores before we go on to the super chats.
Liverpool, Newcastle away, bro.
You know what?
even though
I'll
we've
start
got
with
tremendous
this time.
Oh, Newcastle.
I'll start with us. Do
He's
you want to
actually, by the
preview the
way.
game, Grizz, or do you want us to just go straight to the scores?
Now let's go straight to the scores, man. The
Saeed.
build up, innit? It is what it
Go
is,
on.
man.
Who they play? Sorry, I forgot.
Newcastle away.
Oh no, it's like available.
He's
I
available.
don't
Yeah,
know.
he's
he is,
available.
yes,
Is
he
he
is.
available?
He's
available?
fit, yeah,
He
he's
is.
fit.
He is. He is. He's fit to play.
I don't know. I'm gonna go with Liverpool to win.
Yeah, Isak's fit.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
He's
Liverpool
fit.
to win 2-1. Liverpool.
2-1 Liverpool. Who's next? I think it's me actually, you know, but I'm gonna save myself till last. Actually, no, let me not start introducing new rules. I'm gonna go 1-1. I'm gonna go 1-1. Matisse.
I will go Liverpool to win 2-1.
Did Turkish not send his predictions in?
Nah, I've asked for his predictions. I'll get them in, don't worry. He's sending them in now as we speak. Steve.
I think 3-1 Liverpool.
Oh, wish, mate.
3-1 Liverpool. And then Grizz.
If Isak wasn't playing, I would have said clean sheet again. I rate Isak though. And I'm gonna go 2-1 as well.
2-1 Liverpool. And then BHAVS.
Bro, Newcastle are dogs on their day, but I'll tell you that. They will chase you everywhere. Well,
They're
I've
so
seen it
jammy.
recently.
They were
Like,
awful.
what
against
if
Palace, though.
if Newcastle score the first goal, it's going to be a very difficult game
Yeah, it's
because they can close
Is it
out very
though?
nicely. No, trust me. Because look, even City didn't win that either, right? When they close it
1-0.
down, they're
yeah. So
they're
they
very
beat
aggressive.
They beat
Newcastle beat
Arsenal
Yeah.
and
beat
they
Arsenal
got
as
a
well.
point against
Yeah,
City.
yeah, they're very aggressive out of possession. Do you know what? I'm just going to say this out of hope and manifesting. I'm going to go 1-1 as well.
Fair
Bro,
enough.
like, I'm telling
And
you, if Newcastle, if they score that first goal, it's going to be hard.
yeah, it's going to be difficult. Turkish has actually just got back to me now. So he's predicted City 3-1, and then he's gone for a 1-1 draw, Newcastle v Liverpool. All right, let's go through some super chats first, then we'll move on to the third horse in the title race. Who? What do you mean stupid?
Yeah.
Let's go through some super chats. So Game S says 6 fingers from Pep to remind us of how many European Cups we have against the one he effing bought. And if it's about titles, we have 19 and the 20th is on the way. Right.
Can I say something? You know, the media made a big hoo-ha about Liverpool fans singing "You're getting sacked in one." First, every crowd sings that, right, for a laugh.
They were having a laugh, man. They were
and
both
exactly.
having a laugh.
No, but hold on. And then when Pep done that back, everyone does that. But people forget. And at the end, all my mates said that when he went off, he clapped the crowd, and the crowd clapped him back. And the crowd clapped him back. So
he came to the City end. He came to the City end. He did the same to us. He said, remember 6. And then he walked off and he clapped all the Liverpool fans and all that main stand. They all stood up and they clapped him.
Stood up and clapped him back.
It was mad.
Exactly.
It was mad.
Fair enough.
But it's the media, isn't it, man? It's the media, man.
Brother Sid says world-class Phil Foden masterclass. Pity Saka is not playing well at the moment. Sarcasm. Fair enough. Big up Jan Bobbick as well. He says, just a little appreciation and support for the best football show on YouTube. Love for the love. Mohammed Yassin, big up. He says, we've played Villa, Leverkusen, Madrid, and City in the last 5. And the only team that scored against us was Southampton. Robertinho, big up Steve. We are shy. Congrats, Grizz and Scousers on the league this year. Glad LFC is winning it over BHAVS and the bottle job FC Mutants. War of 4P. Right.
Mate, if Arsenal don't win it and we just
Mate.
come to the better, yeah,
Bro.
we're gonna don't worry, we're gonna talk.
Bro,
Very uncomfortable conversations.
We're cooking
Don't
something.
give me that, bro, Matisse. You're in this part of this conversation.
Bro.
1.1 billion pounds, bro.
The only bro I'm hearing is from me and SAEED. The
Yeah, that's
outcast.
it.
Yeah, bro.
There's another
You're
brother
in that
saying,
conversation,
bro,
G.
you're in the convo, but we'll get onto you in a second. Big up H. He says, stop this 4 in a row garbage. 7 losses in a row. Pep's being tactically outclassed game after game. City are in a top 4 battle. Big up to Hewland. Wow, long time, man. Big up Steve, the King Shark. 4 in a row will never be beaten. Nice to see some of you that have grown some chest out of nowhere. Love to you all.
Big up to you, man.
Big up to you, man. Hope you're doing well, brother. Adash Patel says, not sure which is worse. United have 3 managers, or have had 3 managers, sorry, since City last won a game. Big Steve, here's a no wins in 7 blanket for you. Stay warm, chilly times ahead.
Wait, have Man United had 3 managers?
What? Ten Hag, Amorim, and
Amorim and
Rude. Shout out to Rude, man. New
Nato
job.
says, respect to all of you. Steve, in the grand scheme of things, he says, Steve, the grand scheme of things is more than the last 7 years. Respect United and Liverpool. Football's a humbler, eh?
Trust me.
Did I do that properly? Giovanni says, Slot hasn't lost consecutive games in his manager. Surely this can't be
continue,
right.
brother.
Is that true?
Long may it continue.
Is that true? I need a fact check on
Definitely, I can only speak for Liverpool and definitely at Liverpool.
I need a fact check for that. Sorry. Okay. And also, I hate to be that guy, but we put in tax on that if that's just Eredivisie. Yeah, we put in tax on that if that's just Eredivisie. Sorry. Sorry.
Still a bad boy record. No tax.
Yeah. Ricky Proctor says, one question. Who did Haaland say be humble to, and who took the message? Steve, respect needs to be earned. When you say show respect, you don't have it. I don't know who. You
Don't
don't
want
have
to
it.
talk about. I don't
I
play,
think it
mate.
was
I'm not
Jesus.
playing.
That one, by the way. Jesus
Um,
comment.
He didn't say to
which
Jesus.
changes
No,
coming?
he didn't say that.
Was it to Jesus? Stay humble, eh?
No,
Who
he
was
said
it?
it
to?
to, he
said
said
it
it
No,
to
it was
Matt.
Arteta.
Oh, was it Arteta? Oh, my bad then.
Just Arteta.
A dash again with another super chat. It says, all banter or cooking aside, respect for Big Steve. He's real when it's not going smooth and he holds proper standards and opinions. Big up the panel. You never walk alone. Yeah. Sumto says, Big Steve trying to bully his way out of today's cooking is hilarious. Is there anything like cooking with respect? Next one,
It's
please.
not a cookery channel, this, mate. It's not a cookery channel. You want to do that, go and watch that red and green tomatoes with Ainsley Harriott, where you lift up red and green to see what, you know what I mean? Go watch that shit.
All right, Matisse, let's get the next one then. Because oh, you just
There's
what are
so
you doing?
many there, like it's mad. I'm
Fam.
trying to. Huh?
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Let's
I'm trying to make sure I keep it to City and Liverpool. Only.
all right, cool. There was one from Elisa that I saw. He says,
Yeah, at least.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
GRIZZ. So big up Elisa. He says, GRIZZ, enjoy this for the short period while it lasts. Well deserved. I repeat, I am buying stocks at the worst moment. So do your part and pick a charity. We will pitch up to Anfield in May and clinch that title. That is smoky talk right there. And they got you up. Second or third last game of the season.
Look,
Man.
brother Elisa, you gang rand, yeah, throwing your back at random people from the panel, right? It can't work on me, man. I ain't got paper like you know what I mean, rolling around in, man. Like I sell chicken wings to make my profit, man. How many chicken wings do I have to sell to do those 10 grand bets, man? Allow me, bro. Allow me. Let me just watch the game and have fun, man. You know what I mean? You're mad.
Big up a dash as well. Get another super chat. It says Van Dijk's been casually dropping proper performances. Not the same as his prime version, but this version of him is almost as unreal as that one. I mean,
Van Dijk, his last two performances against Mbappe and Haaland have been absolute elite. And I think you lot should speak on it. Like, it's a football show. We're allowed to speak on each other's clubs.
No, bro.
We ain't got
serious. Serious.
We ain't got Matilda, we ain't got to, okay, so we're gonna
no problem. Did you speak time though?
No problem.
You spent about 20 minutes
We got
and you forgot your best.
So you didn't bring it up, no? Okay. Man,
I said Van
We
Dijk.
don't bring it up. You think we're gonna bring it up?
I said Van Dijk. I said he was
Okay.
apart from that little sweet he gave Kevin De Bruyne.
No. Fair play.
Man said the sweet, a little sweet he gave KDB. Big up Perry. He says, nice to see Pep mention we have 6 Champions League titles. Hold that, Big Steve. Slot ball is cooking. Salah is the best player in the world. Big up, GRIZZ. What a win, bro.
Big up Perry, but that pass from Salah, guys, we spoke about it on the mob. That was a pass. He's doing so many of those this season. That's 12 assists and 13 goals, or one way. I don't know which way around it is, but it's insane levels of scoring and assisting. Insane. Back to 2018 levels. Who would have said that in 2024 at the age of 32 he's going to be doing this shit?
Yeah, he's on smoke.
He's on smoke. Keep talking him down.
He's on smoke. Dare to go to says, anyone saying Pep out or that Pep is a fraud is taking it too far. However, you can't insist on playing a certain way when it's clearly not working. Fair point.
I genuinely don't think he had any options. I think he picked his most physical, his most biggest, his most fittest team, and that's it. He had no other options. I genuinely was looking through the squad because you tried to analyze.
That lineup wasn't great.
No, it wasn't good. He should have put Nunes. You should have put Nunes in the midfield.
You got to put Nunes in the midfield. If you're going to play Nunes, play him in midfield.
Yes,
look, I know Matías Nunes is not a DM, but Gravenberch is not a DM, right? You've molded him into one because you didn't buy a DM and you don't trust Endo. At this point, you've got to look at Nunes and say, right, you're physical, you can get about the pitch, you got energy. I need you to sit in there. I need you to break up play. I need you to play it simple. You're not an expansive passer. You're not going to break lines, but I need you to just break up play and progress and pass to someone else. At least get that change made. Get Grealish in the 10. It was suggested earlier. Foden's not done anything all season. Just do something. Just do something different. Get someone up against Robertson, someone that can run at him. Do something. It was a bad lineup, bro. It's a bad lineup.
100%.
No way
We'll do a couple more super chats, then we'll move on to the next topic, right? So Snooker Stones, big up, long time supporter. He says, I remember when Liverpool had that injury crisis a few years ago and it ended strong to come third or fourth. Hoping we'll do that. Need Stones back. He's our second biggest goal threat. Wow. Big up Perry again. He says, beating City was light work. We should have won 6-0. Big up Slot. 18 wins out of 20 games. That's flipping mad, by the way. That's crazy. We've beaten. Hey, I didn't finish that, brother.
Oh shit! Do you remember
It's
what
gone
was
now.
said?
Anyway,
Got
fine.
the
It's gone now.
Sorry,
Michael Holt says,
He can't take it, bro. He's just moving on the Liverpool super
bro.
chats quickly.
Bro, do
I
you know
wanna
how
speak
many
about
super chats
Virgil.
are here,
Don't
bro?
want to
We've
speak
had the
about
best-
Van Dijk.
There's
Don't
bare
wanna speak
super
about-
chats, bro. I'm trying to make sure
Michael Hall.
everybody gets this read.
No problem.
Michael Holt, I don't think Walker's legs have gone. It's his reaction speed, which has gone slow brain now. Matisse, let's do one more and then we move on. So big up Mr. K. He says, Steve, more tense than Pep and BHAVS might not rate LFC, but Slot can win the PL before Arteta. And Matisse, you can't deny that Chelsea are in the mix, and TOBS, Spurs, aka Robin Hood of the Premier League, will lose v Cherries, but will win against Chelsea. Finally, GRIZZ, fingers crossed. Let's keep this run going. Big up the panel. You never walk alone. Right.
He got his money's worth though. He mentioned every
He
topic.
did. He mentioned bare stuff.
What
there.
currency is that? What currency is that?
That's rupees.
India.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's rupees.
How much is
Okay.
that?
2,000
I have no
rupees.
idea.
I don't think. How's that?
Got no idea, brother.
Right.
No
there we
idea.
go.
All right, let's move on. So let's which team do we want to speak about next? We go Arsenal, do we go Chelsea? We
Go,
probably want
go
to
in order, right?
go
Alphabetical
for our
order.
title
Arsenal and
rivals.
Chelsea. We're level on goal difference, goals scored,
No,
goals
you
conceded.
know what?
Arsenal, please, Babs. We don't have you here often. Please,
No,
take the
you're
floor.
lucky.
Title
You're lucky
rivals.
because-
Yeah, please.
You're lucky because this is the big game of the week, right? So you're
Yeah, it
lucky
is,
that
yeah.
we.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
Hey,
So let's start with Arsenal. Babs, obviously resounding 5-2 victory away to West Ham. Talk us through it, man. How you feeling?
No, it was a very good first 38 minutes. We scored, was it 4-0 up? And obviously, at West Ham, we do pretty well there. You know, I think we've, over the past like 4 or 5, like even 10 years, we scored like quite a few goals there. 6 last year, 5 this year. They had that moment where, like, obviously they scored a lovely goal for Wan-Bissaka. We kind of fell asleep. Trossard fell asleep, and then they scored that free kick, which was never a free kick in the first place. He won the ball clearly, but it is what it is. Kept it nice and composed in the second half. We took off Gabriel at half time. I'm not sure how serious that was, but I don't think it is, to be fair. And even Kivior came off, or not Kivior, Calafiori came off in the 55th. So got some players rested as well. Kept the job done. Little 5-2 victory there. Build some more momentum. That's the kind of key thing. And I've seen enough in the last 3 games to see this side that we have, obviously had that major run last season, still has it in their locker. You know, all this talk that Arsenal are finished and Arsenal are over and Arsenal are top 4 battlers. That team isn't a top 4 battling team. You know, with Man City, I can say right now they're out of form, but they're missing a very key integral part in Rodri. That team that played against West Ham, even out Thomas Partey, is still a high caliber side. Saka is in amazing form right now. He's got 10 assists in like, 11, 12 games. One of the fastest players to get there. So it's nice right now to build momentum. And I'm actually very confident going into United and Fulham. But it is one game at a time. And I think if we play against Amorim's United and we play against Sporting, you know, they can still cause you tactical issues. Amorim's an elite coach, you know, and he can find little holes and sides and stuff. But with the confidence that we have and the fact that Arteta isn't scared to, at this moment, change certain players for games, like the Forest game, Jesus came in, Jorginho came in, just to have that more, you know, composure. But then against Sporting goes back to Martinelli on the left wing and Havertz up front. So a lot of confidence is building right now. And our job is to continue this run. Build pressure every single game for Liverpool, because as we know, eventually they'll drop some points, as every team does, and we have to be there to capitalize it and keep this form going. Because I think saw a stat that in December we don't leave London once, so we're kind of in that same environment, chance to get, you know, a lot of wins, a lot of confidence, and confidence is a lot of things. You know, you look at Man City against Liverpool. Obviously, look, a lot missing, a lot of quality, but also a lot of confidence. They can't string a couple passes together. You know, I'm sure Pep still had a lot of tactical advantages over Slot, but they can't take. There's nothing. It means nothing if you can't take advantage of it, and you don't have the confidence to string those passes and be, you know, fluid in that final third. And that's kind of what Arsenal have right now. We had that game against Forest. We got some confidence back. Smashed 5 past Sporting, more confidence, and now obviously 5 past West Ham as well. 13 goals. It builds and builds. And to me, it's not a surprise, because when I watched the Chelsea game or the Inter game just before the international break, we didn't win those games, but you could see the team was getting back to its normal state. And if we can forge a run like we did last season towards the end of it, obviously the second half we lost 1 game against Villa, then I think we'll be in that race come May. And obviously we have the right at the end, I think 3rd last game of the season at Anfield. We need to keep ourselves in that conversation, keep that cap there, because I don't think the start race is over. And, you know, it's hard to say that now because Liverpool are 9 points clear, but I think we have enough to close that gap. And I also have faith in football to even out a little bit more, and we get some, you know, Liverpool 4 decisions hopefully over the season, and the gap closes. But right now, listen, Man United, Amorim ball. We're waiting. Come to the Emirates.
You ready? You ready? Yeah. You ready?
We're ready, man. I want to see like what Ruben Amorim is about. You know, can he put some early little things in there? You know, I think actually I remember Arteta's first win, like first major win as a manager. I think actually first win was United. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's United, was pretty sure, wasn't it?
Was it Aubameyang?
When Pepe scored.
Was that a win or was that a draw?
No, it was a win against United.
The win?
We lost against Chelsea.
Pepe.
Drew against Bournemouth.
I thought you beat
Palace.
Chelsea. The 3-1.
No, at the start.
was that
At the start.
was that the
Right,
second
Arteta's.
season?
Yeah. Do you know when Chelsea scored that goal when Abraham scored a last minute?
Oh,
win
you're
at the
talking
end?
about
Yeah, the
Emirates.
2-1.
Right at the
Sorry,
start,
I was
yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and
yeah,
obviously- yeah. And then we obviously beat Ollie's United. So obviously now I got Amorim's.
I
United
remember,
coming
yeah,
through.
yeah.
Look, I'm very confident. That's not because I disrespect Amorim or United. I think they're obviously going to improve. But I just think at this current state, we've won 3 games in a row. We scored quite a lot of goals. Get the job done. And we got your Fulham away, which is obviously going to be hard as well on Saturday or Sunday.
I think, because I'm looking at your fixtures now, right? If you can get past this week, the next 5 you have in all competitions, I don't think I'm backing any of these teams to collect even a point against Arsenal. I'm looking at it. You got Monaco in the Champions League, then Everton at home in the league, then Crystal Palace in the League Cup,
Good, man.
then you got
Respect
Crystal
Monaco.
Palace. Then you got Crystal Palace away in the league. Then you got Ipswich at home. I would probably back Arsenal to win
That's
all of
what it
these
is.
games.
Why is Fulham? I just checked the fixture list. Why are Fulham playing Thursday and then Saturday, and you guys are playing Wednesday and then Saturday?
Don't know.
And you're talking about football healing and luck equaling itself.
No,
out.
but when I say football healing, we've got some poor decisions this year. Like, that's just
like,
how
are you
it
the
is.
only
But
team in the
my point
history of
is,
football that's had
Liverpool
decisions?
have
No,
had.
no, I want to pick you up
know,
on that. I want to pick you
had
up
their
on that. You
run,
said,
but I'm not
you
saying that's what. Look, Grizz, my point was Liverpool will drop points, and they will drop points, and you know that.
I know,
right?
but that's fine.
That was
and
my
I
point.
agree with
You
that.
have to be, you have to be perfect. You have to
Of
be
course, we
what
have
I'm
to be
saying.
perfect.
Tell him,
I get that,
Toms.
but
You
I'm
have to be
saying.
perfect.
So that's what I said. The point was Liverpool drop points. We have to be there to take advantage of it.
No, but
Okay.
that's
Easier
fine.
said than done,
But that little
man.
cheeky
Of
line
course
about
it is.
football healing and decisions going like
We've had some
why,
hard
is you,
decisions
why have
going
you got
against
this
us.
notion
Don't
that
bite, Grizz.
only
Don't bite,
Arsenal-
man. Come on.
That's
No,
just
no,
how it is,
it's a
bro.
general
Like,
question. It's not biting. It's a
you know what I
general
mean?
question.
Do you think the red card against Bayern was a red card?
I've got Babs here in it, so we can speak instead of like people thinking I'm indirecting at Babs in the shows. When Babs knows I don't indirect, he knows that, man. He's my little brother. But why do you think that only you guys have got the rough decisions and the majority of the rough decisions? Why is that? And do you believe in that? Do you
Look,
actually
listen,
believe
I
it?
think in the certain games we've been cost by certain decisions, like the Man City game and the Brighton game. I didn't think either were red cards, in my opinion, right? But football healing for me is also in the sense of we've had a very tough start to the season. We've had a lot of away games: Villa away, Spurs away, Newcastle away, Chelsea away, City away. These are all grounds that you are yet to go to still. So if you can pass those tests, that obviously, actually, to be fair, apart from Newcastle, we passed as well.
But isn't
We'll
your
see how it comes
record
through? But when I say even out, I mean the point is we've had a harder start than you guys, and let's see
Okay.
if it evens out.
okay? So now, that will even itself because trust me, everyone plays home and
Yeah.
away, same teams.
Yeah, that's
So
what I'm
don't worry
saying.
about
It
that.
evens out.
Don't worry about that.
And I'm
that'll
gonna
even itself out.
stand on. I'm gonna stand on business right now, still. To be fair, Liverpool are the most informed team in Europe. No denying that. And you can say they're the best team in Europe, of course. But I think quality for
But what I'm
quality,
saying,
this
but you know-
11 for Arsenal has the ability to go toe to toe.
I agree with you. You've had a very hard start in terms of all those away games that you mentioned. But isn't your falling down last season against the lesser teams? So shouldn't you be focusing on, you know what, we need to sort our record against the lower teams now? Because we can all remember the teams that you drop points against, like crazily at home, right? Or and away as well. So it's the lesser teams that you should be worrying about. So I get what you're saying about, you got a rough start and you've put all these teams away, or away, like the big teams away. But you need to focus genuinely, and this is like advice from someone who's actually won it, as opposed to giving advice to someone who's not won it. Yeah, people that have not won it giving advice, right? This is
You've got
someone
a lot
who's
of experience of winning it, Grizz. You know what I mean?
This is
I was
someone
gonna
who's
say, man, you're 1 in 33. I don't know
Oh,
about
Grizz has
that,
got
guys.
so much
Let me
experience of
fi-
winning
I
it.
can't believe
Yeah.
Let me
what's going
finish.
on here.
Let me finish.
Sorry, I thought
Yeah,
Big C was next to me.
his point.
Let me
Yo,
finish, man.
can we get a Leicester
finish.
fan in here? Can we get a Leicester fan in here as
Yeah,
well?
can we get a Leicester fan?
Yo,
Come give advice.
Bring it.
brother.
Respect.
Can we get a Leicester fan?
Bro,
Come
I
give
might
a
as well
prize.
get a Bass
What's
Matisse
his
as
name?
well, man. He's won a
Chappie.
lot of the titles.
Yo, Lee Chappie, come, man.
Yo, Matisse, you my best, man.
Hey, Lee Chappie, you got FA Cup.
Hey, I asked for respect. I asked for respect. I didn't get it. I didn't get no
Yeah, I
respect.
know. I was gonna say.
But from these lot,
Yo,
from
Lee
these
Chappie,
lot,
man.
from these lot, respect me, please. Yeah, all of you, lot,
Okay,
please
go on.
respect me. Yeah, listen, what I meant was winning stuff. It doesn't matter, just leagues, winning major trophies,
Yeah.
2 Champions Leagues as well in that spell as well, and every other trophy. But the most important thing is right now, we know the points tally needed to win the league won't be what Man City and Liverpool have done in the past. Because like 96, 97 points, 99 points, 100 points in the Centurions. I don't think any team will reach that unless you guys think one team will reach that. I think we will need to reach 90, maximum 91 points to win the league this season. And that's why, looking at your points tally and our points tally, the nerds and the tacticos and all that lot have done the maths, and rather, you need 2.66 get points a game for the rest of the season. So it's big.
not going to be easy by any chance. We've put ourselves
I
on
can't
the
believe what's going on.
This is
Hold on a
allow
second.
that massive.
I've
This
just
is-
heard you're going to need 90 fucking points to win the league, and you man have the audacity to try and say that I have a chance. 90 points. You think I can accumulate 90 points?
No,
Why
we're
not?
not hearing it. We're not hearing it. I'm putting you on mute. Putting you on
Yeah,
mute.
wait your turn.
Done. Saeed, let's talk.
Yeah, let's
I
talk,
know you-
man.
Let's
Bloody
talk,
hell, I
let's
want
talk.
4-0,
But
man.
United can do something, man. United can do
Let's
something.
talk.
Come
Let's
on.
talk.
Oh, is it?
I'm a Rimbal's cooking,
Not
yeah.
really,
Three
not
goals.
really.
I've got something for you, Grizz.
And
I
now
thought
three
the time
goals
is over.
against Everton, yeah. You feeling yourself, yeah?
I'm feeling myself. I'm always feeling myself. Pause, actually.
Pause, man.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pause, man. Yo. Actually, let me. Can we actually? Yeah. Yo, can you delete that bit, bro?
No.
But anyway,
Let's go.
I'm loving life. I can't lie to you. I'm ready to change my life. You know what I mean? And
Wow.
we won 4.
Change your life.
Change your life.
Wow.
Bodo
It's
Glint.
changing my life, bro.
Changed
How
your
did
life.
you change your life?
Crazy,
Bodo
bro.
Glimt and
I've been in the
Everton
dunks
changed
with
your
Ten
life.
Hag, bro. And
Right.
I've seen 4-0 that I've not seen under Ten Hag. I've seen 4-0. And it's only Everton. I get it. You lot can say it's only Everton. But at the same time, for me, what I've seen so far, I'm seeing the confidence in the team. I'm seeing structure. I'm seeing patterns of play. And ultimately, I'm seeing goals. You know what I mean? And we're seeing that under Ruben Amorim. You know, this Dutch Tom business. You know what I mean? 2 goals. What we saying now? Anyone in the chat gonna talk, man?
Behave
My
yourself.
striker scored.
Everton.
Goals.
Man
Come on.
said,
Good.
man
2
said,
goals.
what
How
we
many
saying
games?
now?
How
You know what I
many
mean?
games?
2
What we
goals.
saying now?
Talk to me nice. Amadinho. You man seen Amadinho?
Crikey.
You man seen
That ain't even roll off the tongue.
Amadinho?
That
Are
ain't
you
even roll off
mad?
the tongue.
No. Guys,
Broski,
let him go. Let
Talk
him
to
go.
me nice now, man. I'm sick and tired of it, man. Amad Diallo's my brother, you get me? Like, and I'm just glad he's getting the opportunity to shine. Because right there, that's a baller right there. Man's playing right wing back, yeah, and he's making it look easy. Yeah. Man's making it look easy, bro. So for me, 4-0, nice. We're playing Arsenal. Don't get me wrong, it's gonna be a tough test, but the manager has one over there. You know what I mean? At the Emirates. I'm sure Babs knows about that day.
Oh,
He didn't
You know,
actually win the
so-
game on open
Oh,
play.
He has one
It
over
was
there.
a
He's got
penalty shootout.
experience over there. He's got
Do you know what I mean?
experience over there. So
Yeah,
all
but
I'm
we
gonna
also
say
smoked
is-
his team recently as well, so he's got experience of his team smoking.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
just
Sure.
saying, his
But I
team.
think for me, what I'm gonna
His team.
say is
5.
I want to see us compete. I know this manager will get us to compete,
Rest of the shit.
and ultimately bring it on, man. I'm looking forward to. I'm not going into the game like worried. I'm going to the game excited.
Oh,
The
shit.
mob watch along. If you're
Excited,
not there on
yeah?
Wednesday, me and Turkish, be ready. The mob watch along. Yeah,
don't just say Turkish, be ready. All of our viewers, you must be there on
you
Wednesday.
must be there.
Saeed and Turkish head to head. Saeed,
Head to head.
this is history. Do you know what this is history? Before you go, Grizz, this is
Yeah.
history because this is the first ever mob watch along where Saeed is going to be sat in the corner representing
Yes.
Man United.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the first one.
Be
But
ready.
not only them, but I think we have a special edition Wednesday because all our teams are playing, I believe.
Not all of us.
No,
but
we'll be
couple of
playing
us.
Not all
on
of
Thursday.
us.
Oh, sorry.
Thursday,
Me and
Tottenham.
Grizz's teams are playing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
me and Matisse teams will be playing. So you know what I mean. There's
Okay,
Could be
so,
head loss.
you know what I
Could be
mean?
head loss City.
The,
Yeah.
the atmosphere could be up and down.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
mad.
there could be head losses.
You know what I mean? Listen, I'm
Really,
respecting. Listen, you know, before this, you know me, I would come in here and disrespecting Arsenal and started chatting nonsense. But listen, I've got to be humble. Stay humble, eh? You know what I mean? I see what I seen on Saturday. The man Odegaard. I'm worried about Odegaard. I can't lie. Saka as well. I've got to give Saka his flowers. He's on big form right now. 10 assists in the Premier League is no joke. Let's be honest. So I am worried about that. But at the same time, I believe in my team and bring on Arsenal. That's what I'm saying. Bring them.
Cool. Bring on Arsenal. And I
Bring
think
on Arsenal.
we may as well bring on the predictions. So let's start with you.
2-2.
Brah, straight out the gate.
Let's
All
go.
that chest for 2-2.
What do you mean?
I thought you changed your life.
Against a good team.
I thought you changed your life, bro.
Listen, but for one game, listen, we're moving it. The games, the season's not won and lost in the 3rd of December or the 4th of December when we play you. So let's see in it.
All right, fine, fair enough. Who's next? Matisse, I'm gonna go with you next. Go on. Where are you going for this game?
3-1 Arsenal.
3-1 Arsenal. And then I think it's my turn. I'm gonna go 3-1 as well. In fact, I might go 2-0. 2-0. 2-zip. No, I'm gonna go 3-1.
You got, how many? Would you?
I can change.
No, but he didn't move on. He didn't move on.
No, I
No,
didn't move on. Steve, what are you going for?
It's a bit dodgy though because you didn't ask.
What I mean?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal.
2-0 Arsenal. Grizz, what are you going for?
I was gonna say 4-1.
go for it, man. You've had a good couple of weeks. Why not?
3. They're definitely holding 3. 3-1 or 3-0.
You got to pick one. Don't do the 3-1 or 3-0.
What did you say? What did you say? What did you say?
I said 3-1, innit?
I'm saying 3-1 too.
But anyhow, we win. I
You ain't really
swear
shit,
down, man.
Yeah.
Let me just look at the camera. Anyhow, we win, yeah. We will be there.
We got competition on Wednesday as well.
Don't let it slip, Arsenal fan. Don't let it slip.
Gonna dust some competition as well. All right, BHAVS, what are you going for?
What's behind?
3-0 Arsenal.
3-0. Sheesh.
No, I was
Confident.
gonna say 3-0. I was
Confident. Wow. You know what? I thought that was mad, but I've just.
But you know what? Grizz had a very good point earlier in the pod, though. Like, it's the little teams we have to be careful on, so I have to be careful.
Oh, say no more, man. That's what I'm saying. I love this one. Because what happened was, I was in the train station.
No, Grizz had an amazing point, but it's a mid-table clubs. Those ones that are like, fighting down there. They can catch you out of quality. So we have to be careful.
So, man, them, just to let you know, I've just seen the bomber from Turkish. Yeah, Turkish has gone for 4-0 to Arsenal.
Jesus Christ.
But he's doing the Matisse thing where he's like, we got to win. Remember that, Matisse, when you gave that scoreline? I felt like you were like, bro, if we don't win this game, you know what I mean? So I feel like
I'm still not over it. I'll never get over that result.
That's what I'm saying. So Turkish, say no more. Say no more. I see you. I see you.
Okay, now we finally move on to the third horse in the title race.
Yes.
Matisse.
Chelsea.
You, big man.
They might have a better chance than Arsenal, man. Maresca's ball's better than Phase 5 Arteta. Maresca's got the squad depth. He's got Cole Palmer. Enzo Fernandez. Nicholas Jackson's better than Havertz. Bro, I've had it better.
There's no
bro, talk to me.
Bro, you're off. Bro,
they got the most informed left back in the world.
You're off mute. You're off mute. Stop, bro. Do you know what this guy's doing backstage? He keeps muting.
Yeah, man, I say Cucurella's the best left back in the world. I'm hearing the Chelsea fans,
Unmute your mic, you pussy, otherwise I'm gonna kick you out the stream.
I say it was the best defensive midfielder.
Unmute yourself, man.
Unmute yourself, you pussy.
Are you doing?
What's wrong with this guy? Stop. He keeps.
You must speak, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna drive to the house right
now. You're
now.
a disgrace,
like 10 minutes from bro.
What are you doing
right now?
This is a joke, man, guys.
You're actually taking the piss. You know what?
He don't want to get into it, man. He don't want to get into it, man.
He's bottled it, man.
This is
got a good run, though.
This is why Toby calls you pigeon chest. This is why Toby calls you pigeon chest.
Yo, unmute your flipping mic, you pussy. And he's done it in a way where I can't unmute him.
I think he's muted his actual mic itself.
Yeah. Of course he has.
What he's trying to say is, guys, no, we'll translate it for him.
You know what? Yeah, I can do that again. So don't ask me stupid questions.
Okay,
you not just said you need 90 points.
You can go on mute. So SAEED, BHAVS, so Chelsea, Steve, they're title contenders.
Yeah, they're title
the best team
contenders.
in the
No,
land.
Chelsea are
He's
title
actually
contenders.
win the
rang me
league.
last night, and he told me that. He said they're title contenders.
Chelsea are title contenders.
Cole
Yeah.
Palmer, best player in
top
the
team.
league.
Best
Right?
player in the
Bro,
league.
let's go through it. Look, most informed left back in the world.
Facts.
Best defensive midfielder, Caicedo, with the depth of Enzo and Lavia. They got the most informed attacking midfielder in the world. One of the best players in the league, according to Carragher, the best player in the league in Cole Palmer.
Don't
Scoring goals as
forget,
well.
don't forget, probably
Nicholas
the best
Jackson.
left-
You
don't
know,
forget the
next
best
to Didier
left-sided
Drogba.
centre
Let him
back.
finish,
Havertz.
man. Let him finish. He's going through the team, Toby. Let him
Bro,
finish.
like, we got to understand this is Chelsea greatness. And the whole point is they got Jackson, they got all these players in form. On the bench, João Felix, Nkunku. Bro, they got Chukwuemeka just sitting there, you know. They got some Brazilian talent they signed years and years ago that's just there as well.
They said
They got
Sancho's home.
Madueke. Sancho's just on the bench, bro. Like this.
They said
How
they
can we
said it's
compete with
home.
this? We cannot compete with this 1 billion squad.
I forgot
Man, them,
about
they've got a
that.
generational left centre back right there. Liverpool
yes.
when it's Will.
That's
Apparently,
true.
he's
Oh,
as
Will.
good as Saliba.
No, when you lot do the Liverpool slander, you know when Turkish says you got the best centre half.
Yeah, that's what they're doing now, though. That's what
But
they're
they're
doing
saying
now.
it, doing it. Do you know what I mean? If they're
Chelsea
saying it, you
fans
gotta
are
be
doing
up
it
there.
now.
Matisse, but you can't be saying all this stuff.
Yeah,
Cucurella is this,
yeah.
Caicedo is that.
It's nice
and
to
then
lie. It's nice to lie.
You got to
It's
be.
nice.
Where's the lie?
Oh, there we
Where's
go.
the lie?
Here we
These
go.
are
He's
your
found his voice
This is your
now.
words.
Because
We baited
we
him
don't
in.
have the best goalkeeper. Generational Reece James is injured. You guys keep making fun of him. We don't have the best centre backs because we know Liverpool and Arsenal have got the best centre backs, right? TOBS is still. He can't even praise Caicedo. Whenever he's asked about Caicedo, he
That's
can't
a
even
lie.
speak.
I've said Caicedo's been
Enzo
very
Fernandez had
good
a
this
couple
season.
of games, right?
That's a lie.
Cole Palmer can't perform in big games. We haven't won a big game all season, have we? No, right? Sancho, he's of no use. Sancho, do we rate we rate Madueke? Mudryk, yeah? No, we don't. Jackson, oh no, he's still in the Havertz conversation. He's not even a good. He's a bum.
Not according to your fan base.
He's got no tech.
Not
He's a
according to your
bum.
fan base.
So please, let's not waste.
According to your fan base, Jackson's.
waffling.
According to you, he's in the
What
Isak
waffle?
Watkins conversation.
These are your words, brother.
Yeah.
These are your words.
But according to you, so according to me, I'm not in the title race because I know my team can't amass 90 points, which is what you guys just said we need. But according to you lot, we're in the title race, but you don't rate our
you spent
players.
£1 million
Which one is
and
it?
you can't get
You
90
don't rate our
points.
players. So you know.
What do you mean we don't rate your players?
So
These
wait,
are-
Matisse,
these
let me
are
ask you a
hard
question.
questions.
So
I've
is
gone
it?
through a lot of them, haven't I? You know
So
what I mean?
is it when you reach £2 billion, can you reach 90 points?
Listen, don't talk to me about the spend because I've already criticized the spend and what it's got us so far in terms of the quality versus the spend. I've already said that when you spend that money, you should be in a title race, but it doesn't mean you are. Man United have spent $1 billion. They're not in a title race this season. Brighton are not in a title race. They're level on points.
So then
my
why is it for
point is,
Arsenal?
let's
it
talk
goes
about the
£600 million.
performance.
You must.
No, it's not you must because everybody here predicted top 4. You must. That's what you said. You can't change your mind now. And a couple weeks later, you say, "Oh, you must."
We can
win the
change our
title."
mind.
We're
You
not
can't
at
say.
Liverpool
What,
in the
are
league
you
title.
saying you must win the title?
When we're presented with new evidence,
I'm saying you're in a
Okay,
title race.
yeah, you haven't been presented with new evidence because we didn't beat Man United, we didn't beat Liverpool, we didn't beat Arsenal, we didn't beat City.
Brother,
So
you are second.
which bit of evidence was you? Which game, please, BHAVS, TOBS? Which game was it that told you Chelsea?
evidence
won?
I
is
watched
the
the game
Premier
against
League
Arsenal. You gave us a
table,
good game.
brother.
You know what I
It's
mean?
the Premier League table, buddy.
Okay, it's Premier League table, but you can't actually tell. You can't tell me which game your mind changed.
Look, Matisse, I'm
Okay.
going to use it again. The
Doesn't
No,
matter.
words of your
I'm not
fan
done.
base,
I'm not
right?
done. This is my segment now. So
Okay, go on.
So all right. So you can't tell me which game. You can't really tell me that you always rated the players because I've got you all on record evidence of you saying the players aren't good. You can't tell me it's the manager because you didn't really know the manager before they came in. Only GRIZZ could say the manager was good. So you can't do that. You can't tell me you must because you said you must get top 4. You
We
also
can.
said you must.
We can tell
you
you
also
must.
said you also said Arsenal must win the title. You also say
But this is
Liverpool
based on
now
new evidence,
must.
though,
Hold
Matisse.
on, I'm not done. You also said
Is there only
GRIZZ
one
must.
team that must?
Hold on, you must. You 3 teams you must now. 3
Yes,
teams
yes,
you must.
3 teams.
Wow,
yes.
3 teams you must. It's
No,
not really
listen,
making sense,
let's
guys.
not be
It's
stupid.
really making
Chelsea,
sense.
it's not a must
you
to
know?
win a title.
That's
right?
fine, carry
Money-wise,
on.
it should be, but quality-wise, we know that's not the case. But it's the whole idea that you're not in the title race because, we're little boys or some like little kid in the playground, bro. You spent
it's not
big boy
about that.
money, so you're
not
going to
about
be in
that.
the big boy conversations. You can't hide
Listen,
about that.
I'm more than happy to be in big boy conversations if we've warranted and earned it. We are in December. When we get to Man City, 25th of January, if we're not still in this position and we're not a couple of points closer,
That was the date.
you guys can't run this from December to January. You were in a title race, but then February, March, April, May, you wasn't. That's not a title race. I'm saying Arsenal in it because I've seen Arsenal go on 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 game runs last season, the season before. I'm saying Liverpool because it's Liverpool. They're top of the league. They have to be. If Chelsea were 2 points behind Liverpool, you could get away with this. If Chelsea had beaten a big six team, you could get away with this. But you can't get away with this just because Chelsea are in a position that Arsenal should not be in. Arsenal have underperformed, right? Underperformed. You should be right next to Liverpool. Don't let your underperformance now put pressure on us. You fucked up. Nothing else. Don't try and paint this as don't try and paint this as a title winning campaign from yourselves. You lot have been poor.
I agree.
You lot should have played Wanyeri. Enough of your excuses, right? You should have played Wanyeri when you had Odegaard out. And you should have more points on the board. So you guys fix up. Right, you guys get where you should be.
He's redeemed himself, guys. He's redeemed
Arsenal,
himself.
Let me make my final point. If Arsenal were 2 or 3 points off Liverpool, where they should be, nobody would be saying Chelsea in the title race. Nobody. But you're only saying it now because Arsenal fucked up. Simple.
We talked about underperformance there, right? Arsenal have underperformed. You know, we've spent £600 million. Arteta's in phase 10, and we've lost 2 games. Underperformance. You've spent £1 billion, and you're just about scraping top 4,
bro.
And so we can't talk about underperformance then. Well, you've underperformed that severely that you were in the mid-table last year. And now you've finally become decent for the first time of 3 seasons.
Right.
After spending billions of pounds, or £1 billion, obviously. And now, we're only top 4.
If you wanna say
point
Chelsea
is, underperformance, if Arsenal
Yeah.
underperformed, you have severely underperformed.
Well, let's apply context, right? If you want to say we've underperformed, I have no problem with that because when you look at the spend and you look at the position, without any other extra context, no problem. But at the end of the day, I have come here and I have critiqued some of the signings. I have come here and I've critiqued some of the strategy. But it is now starting to pay dividends. So we have to wait as a fan base. There's no point continuing to say the same shit over and over again. At the end of the day, we could have spent the money differently and maybe we would be where we need to be, where we should be, in your opinion. But we're not. So this season, I'm praising the team because we're playing well. This season, I'm praising Maresca because he's managing well. This season, I'm praising the players because they're playing well. The players didn't buy themselves. They didn't choose to spend the money on themselves. That was the sporting directors. I've critiqued them. But at this point in time, regardless of the spend, regardless of Man United's spend, who are languishing in mid-table, we're not in a title race. If that's underperforming, you can say that. But it's not a Premier League winning team. You can't go from Chelsea are a mid-table team. Chelsea will finish 7th in your predictions. Chelsea will finish 6th, and then tell me Chelsea are going to win the league with no big 6 wins this season.
It's not that. It's the fact that you were going on about Arsenal underperforming this season.
You are underperforming because you're 6 years in with Arteta.
Do you know what I mean? That is underperforming.
You're 2 title races.
I don't want to hear underperforming
you're
from
6
clubs
years
that
in with
have spent £1 billion.
Arteta. You are underperforming. Yes,
sit in third and be like, "Oh, we're not on a title race."
Listen, Babs,
I get it.
You can't say
if Grizz says to me right now, I'd hear it, or even Steve.
No.
There's 3 people on the panel that can't say that to me right now because you man here, you man win nothing. You've won nothing as well in the last 3-4 years either.
Yeah, I know that, and I'm not happy with it.
And you spent more than
as an Arsenal fan,
and that's why one thing I hear the most.
With the noise that you make, yeah, you cannot, with the tweets that you tweet, you cannot come here on the humble thing and say Man City have had an implosion. Man City have had an implosion, and you're 9 points off the top.
Listen,
with Liverpool,
we don't win the league
just
this
coming
season,
out of nowhere
and Man City don't.
leading
It's a failure.
after 2 seasons.
I'm not sitting here and denying that.
Listen,
though. You're acting as if I'm sitting here and going, "Look, if Liverpool in the league, it's a fair enough thing." It's not a humble thing. We need to win the league this season. We're 9 points behind. We're still behind this right now. We still need to get back in this race. You know, we have underperformed. That is our level right now. If we're not winning this title this season, it's a failure. We have to win the league this year. I know the pressure is there. My chest is still there to be hit, bro.
All I know
is, with this, you and the Be Humble talk shouldn't be there because you have spent £1 billion and you're trying to play it like, oh yeah, like your Tottenham level or your United level.
I didn't say Tottenham
your
level.
club
has
spent that level of money. That's what you're talking about now. You're talking like a top 4 team right now.
We're not talking.
You spent enough money to be a title winning team. You should have a title winning team at this point or a title caliber team. So listen, I get it. Arsenal underperformed, but if it's us underperforming, then
but you know what? I remember you coming to this show when you had the youngest team in the league, and you were like, "We're building something."
That team was
the youngest. So my team is the youngest team in the league. So yeah, it's not a title-winning team yet, but I expect it to become one, right?
So that's
right.
That's fair.
The superstars.
So we had Sancho just chilling on the bench, and Felix just chilling on the bench,
bro,
and Kunku just chilling on the bench. And we had the best.
Just because you went into the season, just because you decided to go into the season
from Chelsea fans.
with Sterling on the bench,
that have spent
and
that level
Jesus
of money
on the bench,
and you're
right?
you're criticizing my club for that.
decision,
Listen,
bro.
I get it, man. It is what it is, man.
And
We've
you're 9
underperformed. I
defenders.
get it.
Why are we trying to act like Arsenal don't have depth? You got 3 holding midfielders.
No, we've got depth.
You
There's
got
nothing
2
about not having
strikers,
depth.
same as
But
us.
you've got more depth, no? With the amount of you spent, you've got 2 teams, G. You got the conference. You can play a different side.
Brother,
But
you
again,
can play
now
2
you don't have
teams
the.
too.
I get it, man. Nah,
You
it's
can play
okay.
2 teams as well.
We've underperformed. We're awful right now. We if we don't win the league this year, Arteta needs to go. Phase 10 Arsenal's awful. But Chelsea,
Listen, it's
it's
fine.
all right, man. They
You know
just
what? It's
humbled,
fine,
getting
because
up.
BHAVS-
No one expected it.
BHAVS, it's not a problem. We gave you your opportunity as a London club to take your seat at the head table, right? You lot said
Okay, so
London
this
is
is
red.
Chelsea's back
This is
now.
your period. We're gonna show you who's boss. And at this point, you have done absolutely fuck all.
Matisse, can I ask
You
a
have-
question to
you have
Babs?
hold on. You have challenged.
Yeah.
You have been in the conversation. You've
I
been
wanna
in the
do some
group chat.
super chats when
You're
you
now
lot done.
9 points
Oh,
behind.
it's gonna be
Looking
yes
at
or
me.
no.
Looking at me for leadership once again,
No, yes or
right?
no.
Looking at
Looking at you
you're
for
looking at me
leadership?
for leadership once again. Don't worry, because when we are ready, I will make it clear and I will come with the chest. But you know what will happen? It will be backed up with success. It won't be like you.
It should be,
You
man,
had
when you
to
spent
come with
tell
the
him,
chest
tell him.
and then you had to
Oi.
relinquish and you had
You
to
know what?
revive
It's true
it. and
though,
be
you
like,
know, man.
"Nah, you couldn't do it.
So you
Sorry.
keep
Nah,
talking
fair
about
enough,
being
man.
hard
You
on
lot,
that,
this is your
yeah.
dominant period.
Cool.
This is
Cool,
your
man.
dominant period.
I'm
Just
looking
remember that.
forward
This is your
to-
time.
I'm looking forward to when the £2 billion
Handle.
is spent and you finally
Handle
get a trophy.
business,
That's
bro.
fine, man.
Well, let's
I
say
get
you
that,
are
man. That's
sorry,
You
all
have
right.
to win something, man. This is what
No,
I'm saying.
And I'm
bro.
saying that. I'm not saying we don't need to win nothing. I'm saying we need to win something this season.
I can ask you a
So-
question before we move on.
We're going for
So
something, man.
what phase is Maresca in then?
One.
If because you're saying that they have to,
One.
believe. Yes, I'm saying. So your phases then don't make sense then. If you're
Brother,
telling
it doesn't.
them that
No,
you win
no.
the league.
The difference is they've outspent us by a country mile. That's just how their whole idea of spending more
They
money is the
fast-track
fast
the
track.
phases basically.
They fast tracked it. No, it's not about phases, but that's our style. You don't have to all be like Arsenal, G. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but
can,
you've-
I mean,
you've-
it's
but
definitely
that-
not enough right now.
using that
My point
theory,
is,
you-
in Mikel Arteta's time at Arsenal, everyone talks about it. £600 million spent, not won a title, not won a trophy for 4 or 5 years. But when I asked the Chelsea fans, it's but we're going. no, it doesn't matter. We've won the Champions League 3-4 years ago. Doesn't matter. But when I ask United fans,
Matisse,
they
take
go,
over. I just need to get certain.
but we're coming through still. Amorim era. Be scared. So that's what I don't understand, because it's not Liverpool fans that have offense.
And man, is that your real
Or
voice,
City
man?
fans. It's the United fans. It's the Chelsea fans. They're all giving chest to Arsenal right now. It's all right, man. It's all right. It's okay.
Nah, I hear it.
I
Still.
love that.
I hear
I
it
love
still.
Are
that.
you going to win a major trophy this season?
Yes.
Which one?
He said
Champions
it
or
Premier League. He said.
I'm still gonna go for the Premier League. I'm not changing my predictions. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But we're going for the Premier League.
To be fair, he's sticking to it, mate. Fair.
He said it last year as well, to be fair to him. He says it pretty much every year, to be fair to him.
Nah, not every year, man.
It's
That was when
consistent.
you were
It's
Grizz Teta at that point, and now it's Grizz
No,
man.
I believed in the process, but you, as Matisse says, you lot flopped, man. I really thought you.
Where we have flopped this season, man. So you
This
better not fumble
season-
that to us then.
I don't know if you know, but this season you guys were my predictions for the title,
Yeah,
and I meant
that's
it. I
true.
wasn't
That's true.
gaslighting.
Same.
Yeah, even
No,
as well.
I wasn't.
Oh,
I
is it?
wasn't.
Okay,
I
so we were the
wasn't
favourites.
boosting them for no reason.
You are the
I
favorites,
was-
yeah, you are.
Oh, so
I
we're the
genuinely
favourites.
thought
That's
they're going to
fine, man.
finish the
We're the
job this
We have to get
season.
back then.
I
have to
knew
fight back
Man-
then.
I
We're
knew
the
Man
favourites. We have to
City were gonna
fight
drop off,
like favourites then.
Yeah.
but I just didn't know we're going to be amazing. That's the only thing that I fucked up.
No, man. Liverpool have been fantastic. And,
You know what I mean?
I didn't know you were
I don't
a
know how we're
one-man
gonna
team.
pull us back.
But Matisse, what I agreed with a few things Matisse said, but one of the things that really got me like, yeah, Matisse, go on, keep going, was where he said, this is your dominant period. Like in the modern day and age, not the old Arsenal, yeah, not the Wenger days, but in the last decade or so, this is your dominating period where your fan base as a whole is the loudest it's been. Why is it so loud without nothing there to be loud about?
It's
yet?
Arsenal.
No, listen, I
explain
think
that
you're
to
right.
us.
We need to back our talk with trophies and titles. We need to back it. So there is a point there. There's not going to deny that, am I? But it's just that with Chelsea fans, it's Arsenal standard, this, that. We're still the biggest club in London. We got the Champions League, and you spent £1 billion. But it's when you ask about being a title race. No, we're too scared for that. But
It's not that we're scared. It's that we're
That's what it
not
is, bro. Show,
delusional.
if you're gonna
We're not
have that chest
delusional.
and you're still the
No,
big club in
there's
London,
a
you're still the
difference
team
between-
carrying
there's
us
a difference
forwards, go show
between
us, man.
There's a
Go
difference
show us that,
between
man.
being confident and being
Lead the way
delusional.
forwards, man.
Unlucky for you.
So, okay.
Unlucky for you, one sec, but Chelsea fans, they know what a title winning team looks like. They know what a title race looks like. They know what title winning form looks like. They know what title winning mentality looks like. We have had title winning teams many times since your last. So we know what we're doing. We know we can teach. Grizz said he could teach. We could teach too. So because we know we're not ready, we're not going to waste time waffling, running our mouth for no reason. We're going to sit tight. We're going to win the domestic cups we need to win because I want 2 cups. And I said that at the start of the season. Forget Conference League. That's NA. I want an FA now as well, right? And then next season, I will talk to you. Don't worry. But this is your last season, Babs. This is your last season.
This is our last season.
Premier League. Because if you don't win it this season, bro, I'm telling you, multiple clubs are coming for you.
Man.
One of them Grizz will be there.
I think you're right.
Many clubs will be there.
Matisse,
Listen, Steve will be back. Steve will be back.
Steve will be back.
His last season.
You know, and Amorim's coming through at United as well.
I said it last season.
It's a lot of pressure on
Arsenal. You better do it, bro.
Are you back, Saeed? Are you going to be back, Saeed?
It's going to get real problematic.
Yeah, no, it's perfectly fine. I think these guys, I think Matisse, I think they're spot on there. I think you're right, man. We have to win the title this season. The pressure's on Arsenal, and we're 3-0 down. We need to make it 3-3 and go score the winner at Anfield. So we have to do it.
Get it done.
It's taking part that counts to win it.
No, that's for United.
No. For Arsenal, isn't it?
Listen,
now listen, just a quick one on it.
Just called Nazi straight for no reason.
Listen,
I'm Chelsea in it.
The Arsenal fans for the last couple of years have been mad, wild. Yeah, we get that. And there was Declan Rice, the missing piece of the jigsaw, didn't quite get it over the line. Last season, the same. And then this season, it's like we can't compete with City. They've cheated. They've done this. They've done that. And if City drop off, we're going to get there. And City's fell out of it now. So listen, not even anywhere remotely near it. And it's like the pressure is on Arsenal now. And like, it's where do we go from here? Because you can't let a Liverpool team march in who've not spent a carrot and go and do what they've done when, you know, Arteta's always been about this plan and all that. And Arsenal are a great side. I think they're a good side. I think they're building a little bit of rhythm. But they're known for that. When that pressure gets near the end, this is when you see this Arsenal team go. Where City used to think, come to the end, City's going to run with it. And Slot, we don't know whether they're going to. They might do an Arsenal. They might get to the last bit of a run-in, start dropping points. Arsenal might have a bit more experience and go and take the title. We don't know. I think that's what makes it interesting. But I said it a few weeks ago. If Arsenal don't win anything, I know you're an Arteta man, but is there got to be questions there then? Is it time for a change?
100%. I agree. I think if we don't win the league title this year, there's major questions.
Because every season there seems to be a missing piece of the jigsaw that they haven't got. So we need a left back. We need a DM. We need a striker.
Well, this season, everyone has to have the same fixtures. The excuse this year is everyone.
No, there's nothing.
Everyone have tough fixtures.
We get it. You know, Liverpool in a good moment right now, but I think there's a lot of pressure on Arsenal and Mikel Arteta specifically. And if he doesn't win the league title this year, there will be questions around his future.
I mean, it's you that.
You as the host led the conversation. You're in charge.
No, I wanted you to.
Shithouse.
I wanted you.
He's not great. Turkish is better. We all know that, right? We can all be honest. Now, he's led the conversation the wrong way. Now, you take responsibility.
No, I haven't led the conversation wrong.
He's doing his homework.
I've led the conversation where it needed to go. And now you have nowhere to hide. You've made your point.
We're at hour 43 and I haven't spoken about my game. So, you know.
Talk about your game. Talk about your game. Let's hear it.
Well, I just want to give praise because I think it was our best performance of the season. We kept a clean sheet. Maybe our best performance since West Ham because that was a great win as well. But judging how bad West Ham are, maybe it's this one. Cucurella, I've been saying it for weeks on this show. Absolutely immense. And I know a lot of you didn't watch the game because obviously we had the mob.
Cole Palmer just won some award as well. I've just seen it.
Yeah, I don't even know what he won. To be honest, I can't keep up. But Cucurella, honestly, Cucurella and Caicedo in that game, absolutely unbelievable. They were covering so much ground. They're monsters, man. They're becoming real leaders in this team. Not in the leader that we're used to in terms of vocal but they are a bit vocal, but it's not. I never saw the leadership coming from them. I really didn't, to be honest. But they are just playing at a top level. They're winning the ball back. They're playing key passes. They're getting assists. Obviously, we saw Caicedo's goal against United. We saw his assist against Liverpool. We saw Cucurella's assist this game. And they're setting the tempo. So they were unbelievable. Colwell, unbelievable in this game. Great defensive blocks, header off the line. He's becoming a little bit of a speaker as well, vocal guy back there. He's growing from last season. I'm seeing the development from him. Palmer, I don't think Palmer was man of the match personally. I think it was either Cucurella or Caicedo, but he scores a screamer. He gets an assist. He has, I think, more GA this season than games played. So even though, yes, I agree, he's not being the level of last season, he's dealing with being marked and being doubled up on, he's still performing at a very good level. If this is him at his worst, I'll take it 100%. And Jackson's finish. Enzo's finish. Unbelievable finishes. All 3 goals, beautiful. Enzo, I've given a lot of criticism to Enzo, and I think rightly so, because I don't think he started the season well. He was taken out for all the big games, but the last couple of weeks he's been fantastic. He's covering more ground. He's winning more interceptions, more duels. It's very similar to maybe McAllister. I think when we were speaking on the mob, you were saying he's not great off the ball, but I think these Argentines, I don't know what it is, they almost pick and choose, or they need a little extra motivation. They can. We've seen McAllister tackle too, but then sometimes he doesn't. Enzo the same. He gets amongst it. He's tenacious. He's from Argentina, but then sometimes he doesn't. So it's just good to see him playing at a level. He played Lavia, Caicedo, and Enzo in the same team, and it actually worked, which is really important. We need it too, because we spent a lot of money on those guys. And he played only 3 defenders. I have to credit Maresca. He went bold. He put out a very attacking team, and it worked. And he put Emery in a spliff. I'll be honest, it was mad.
Is that a team? Sorry to interject, but is that a team that you would like to see play the bulk of your Premier League matches? Is that a lineup you want to see against the very best? Right?
I'll be honest, yeah. I don't think we're going to see more than 5 or 6 players play 30 games plus. I think the rest of them are guaranteed to be rotated. He looks like a manager, and we said this with Pep before, but the lineups are very unpredictable. I've tried in previews to say, oh, he's going to play this guy, he's going to play that guy, because continuity, consistency. Nah, this guy will throw up random shit that you're just like, why is James at left back? Why is Caicedo at right back inverting? Why is he does stuff that we're not expecting. So because it's his first year, I can't really predict what he's going to do, because I don't know him. So I'm learning, and he's doing things to shock me almost every week. But it's going well for us. It was a great team to watch on the eye. Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see that team more often. But can they do it in the bigger games? I don't know. That's a lot of attackers. It's a bit gung ho. But yeah, it's good, man. We're just the chill guy. We're just the chill guy. That's just the chill guy.
Let's get to
2025.
Chill guy's got a lot of money to spend, you know.
Before we go to
it's a rich guy.
I want to be a chill guy as well then.
Before we go to predictions and super chats, though, one last question for Fafana. Obviously, he's going to be out, they're saying, for the rest of 2024.
Yes.
Probably the worst time to lose him in this period. Where's your head at with that injury, and which option are you hanging your hat on to step in? Is that
bro,
like we're tossing, or are you going to shift Colwill and then put Badiashile? I'm going to call him Badiashile and not go down the petty route today.
Okay, so, fair play, well played.
Yeah,
post and that. Listen, two things. I'm not going to make any excuses about injuries, because last season we had 10 injuries, right? And we still managed to finish 6th somehow. And that was with loads of mad decisions and crazy shit going on. So any 1, 2, 3 injuries, it doesn't change nothing. We still need to win our game. So if Fafana comes out, that's why you bought Badiashile. That's why you bought, you got tossing on a free. But you brought these defenders in. They have to be able to contribute. So I don't really care too much. Like if we get an injury here or there, we have no excuse. Fafana's a big loss, because I like him a lot. I think he's done well this season for someone who hasn't played for like 2 years. He's still got mistakes in him, but that was expected. But yeah, Badiashile, come on, he played solid. He played well against Leicester last week, so he just has to step up. There's no excuse. Even if Palmer got injured, honestly, I'd still be saying minimum top 4, and you can't waver from that. Simple. So we just have to handle business regardless of who's out. To be honest, we've got Southampton. You have to win that. If you don't win that, it's a disgrace. Really, you can't.
Is that away?
It doesn't matter where it is. You got to win. Southampton
still be a win.
You got to win. We can't be doing all this gas and then not beating Southampton. The game after that, Tottenham away, is again. It's a big opportunity. It's a statement. They got a few injuries. You got to do it. So that's why I say just let them do what they got to prove themselves at the end of the day. Let them win their games, and then if we get to 2025 and we close the gap, and we can. In my objective bag, that's fair. Let the results do the talking. 100%.
But in my agenda bag, we will be speaking very soon. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, cool. Before we get onto the super chats, let's quickly get some predictions for Southampton, Chelsea. SAEED, I'm going to start with you again. What are you going for?
Saying all of that. Dibble is suspended. Thank you.
Yeah,
Dibbling.
there's a couple of players out.
Are
As
you mad?
And
Lambs to the slaughter.
Howard Bellis is injured as well.
Lambs
Are
to the
you
slaughter.
Yeah.
mad?
Yeah, that's why I said we must.
Dibbling-
That's why I said we
Yeah,
must.
this-
Lambs
yeah,
to the
this-
slaughter, bro.
I can't lie, man.
We must, bro.
This should be.
You know,
a-
he's been the I mean,
I know.
Dibbling's been unreal, bro.
unreal.
But I told you, look, we signed him and then he got homesick. We had to send him
We
back.
have to do this every time we talk about Dibbling. Oh, he
Yeah,
signed
shut
us.
up, innit, about Chelsea.
Yeah,
You
for
signed him
one-
to
Sorry.
Salary
Sorry.
replacement, innit? That's
Sorry.
right.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was just asking the question. Do we have to do this every single time
Well,
we talk
I
about
think
Dibbling?
1.5 million for Dibbling deserves to be mentioned. Yeah, if Liverpool did it, fuck me, we wouldn't hear the end of it, Edwards and all that. So yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it. You know what I mean? Damn right.
I'm gonna go 3-0, bro.
3-0 Chelsea. Matisse.
Yeah, let's just say 3-0.
3-0 Chelsea. My turn. Ooh, will Chelsea keep a clean sheet? Yeah, I think you will. I'm gonna go 3-0 as well. In fact, no, 2-0. Gonna go 2-0 Chelsea. Steve.
3-0 Chelsea.
3-0 Chelsea. You like my accent there, Steve?
I like that, man. I like it.
GRIZZ, what are you going for?
The Grizeska train keeps
Chucking.
chucking away, bro.
Yeah, chugging.
I was gonna say 3-0, but I'm gonna, without Dibbling, they may go a bit more defensive and maybe hold out a little bit more. 2-0.
2-0. And BHAVS,
Say 3-1 Chelsea.
3-1 Chelsea. Fair
They ain't
enough.
scoring without Dibbling. They look dead without him. He's
Yeah,
the-
They got that, who's that 6'8" striker they got?
nothing.
Onyachu, the Nigerian.
He done a little bit of something against Liverpool for a
injured.
little while, and then he went off.
Is he injured?
He's injured.
Oh my.
Everybody did a whole reel of that, man, on Twitter. I was like, yo, relax,
He's
man.
injured, he's injured. Let me just quickly, let's go through some super chats. Apologies, I didn't actually get through some of the Arsenal super chats as well. So I'm going to do the Chelsea ones first, and I'm going to go back to Arsenal United. So Blaze says, Chelsea have had a lower net spend than Arsenal United. It's not our fault you can't sell Matson and Angelo for 75 million, who have not even made 5 appearances. 1 billion invested. Before we actually continue, though, a word on Unai Emery. I know Chelsea played well, dusted them, but a word on Aston Villa. This is what, 7-8 games?
8.
I think it's 8.
No win.
8 games with no win.
Yeah, but we
Sheesh.
kind of predicted this. Once they got into the Champions League, we knew it's going to affect their league form, and the Champions League form has been stunning. Okay, very good, and then it's
I
fallen
think
off.
they'll find them. They'll you know, they'll get back to
They are where they are. It's nothing surprising.
That's what I'm
either
saying.
way.
It's mad, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah.
They're there where they
Some
are.
players need to pull their finger out though. Like I've been impressed with Tielemans this season.
Watkins, man.
Onana's been good, but Watkins not been
Watkins
good.
finishing was poor.
Bailey not been good.
Chance against Chelsea. I know Chelsea were brilliant, but
Yeah, 2
Watkins
chances.
should
One
have
the
scored
first one.
two.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Duran's good, man. Like, they should start him
I
because
like
he caused
Duran.
us a
I
few
like
problems
Duran.
when he come on.
So Adash Patel says, since Arteta took over, Arsenal have a net spend of 700 million plus. Chelsea have a net spend of over 900 million. Chelsea have the Champions League, multiple finals, different managers. Arsenal could never cope with what Chelsea went through. Okay.
Full
Suj
stop, by
says,
the way, £600 million spent. You just added £100 million for no reason.
listen, Suj says,
I don't get it, bro. These man. Where's your mouth gone?
Suj says, with all due respect, Babs, as a fan base, we need to stop looking at how much others have spent and we need to focus on us.
No, it's true. It's true.
Big up Zephirash. Apologies if I butchered that, bro. He says 1 billion spread across 30 plus players. Each player on average is worth around 30 million. Arsenal 100 million on Rice, 65 million on Havertz. Better hold. You filled gaps with those players. We built 2 whole ass teams.
Ass teams. He's right. You're right.
He done you
You
there.
better not let this ass team finish ahead of you.
Oh, listen, man. You're not a terrorist. I shouldn't be scared, should I?
Damn straight.
John
So there must be
Free
ass.
says-
So well, I'm making mine up, G. Come on, man. Where's the chest
There's only
coming
one
from?
ass in,
not that.
you know what I mean, around here.
It's not that we don't have chest, we aren't deluded. So Suj says, another super chat says, we need to win this season. To be 9 points off Liverpool at this stage is no one's fault other than us. Disappointing is putting it too nicely. Fair enough. Big up. Spadesy says, big up for the super chat. He says, Babs with small Declan Rice energy. get it, man. I'm assuming. I think he meant get this man out of here. Malang1110, he says, I don't know where these Arsenal fans get the arrogance from. No league title in 20 years, never won the Champions League in their history. They're just a small club from North London with delusional fans. It's the same thing they accuse Tottenham of being.
This guy, you know, Toby, he read that nicely, you know,
Oh,
like
we
you know
got
what I
30
mean?
in the title.
Bullshit.
Don't say the same that you accuse Tottenham of, man. Have some fucking respect.
Get the hell out of here, man. Who the hell is this guy? What the fuck is this guy doing, bro?
I knew
Get
you.
the hell out
The
of
way
here,
he
bro.
read that, Toby, yeah. He read that so slowly and nicely.
But he's getting revenge on Turkish because Turkish reads out those ones real
Yeah,
slow,
very
bro.
nice and
And
slowly.
he
Yeah,
leaves them
bro.
on
He
the
knows-
screen. Turkish leaves them on the screen. And
Yeah, do you know what's
like,
mad? Do you know what's mad? He reads them slow. He leaves them on the screen,
And then leaves them on the
the
screen.
space. He doesn't say. He leaves a space for comments. Like he's inviting dialogue. I'm moving on. So Danielle, big up Danielle as well. Clubs this Friday as well, by the way. Danielle, you better be there. Win against Everton was the perfect first game for Amorim. 4 goals, clean sheet. Ahmad, just quality. Also, rest in peace to Abdullah, who passed away. I saw this news as well from the Stretford Paddock. Sad news, man. Rest in peace. Rest in peace.
I didn't
Richard.
know him, but the testimonies on Twitter and social media have been about
Yeah,
this
man.
kid. Everyone has spoken so highly. I think SAEED will know more.
I knew him when I started my content, man. He was one of the first people that I met and got along with, man. So just sad day, man. And yeah, condolences with his family and loved ones.
Yeah, man. May he rest in peace. Big up Richard for a super chat. He says, if Arsenal can be 6 to 9 points come February 22nd, let's see Liverpool go on a run. They have a tough run in, to be fair. It's all ifs and buts, though.
We have our last 5 games are
tough.
Absolutely, like Toby
I
kept
tweeted
studying.
this a couple of days ago.
He kept studying our last 5, but listen, what if we go into those last 5, 12, 15 points clear? I'm just saying.
You might be, man. Super team with shots built there.
He's building.
No, it's a fantastic team.
You
To be 9 points clear. To be 9 points clear of your super team, boy.
That's what I'm saying. It's a super team, bro. Like we cannot compete with this.
Boy.
We can't compete with this shit.
Stay on, boy. I'm trying to get through the super chats. Yeah?
At the moment, they can't compete. It's true.
We cannot compete.
B Wise says, since Arsenal in the title race, then the team tied with AFC are also in the title race. No Europe and unlimited transfer funds means no more excuses. I mean, Chelsea do have Europe.
We are in the UCL.
So UECL, get it right? Yeah,
ECL.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Big up Surge as well. It says, come on, community. We got big up. He's right. We got over 7K in the building. Let's hit the like and subscribe to the channel and the individual channels. Much love. Yeah. Errors end. Ask Liverpool and Man United. They can't go big in the market. FFP/115. You never walk alone. These are some random ass super chats. Last one I'm going to read before we move on. Danielle Matisse in the past said that expectations can change during the season.
Yes.
Said that about Arsenal a couple seasons ago. Doesn't the same apply with Chelsea?
This is a great super chat. Now, if we are in early Feb, you know, when I said that, and we're not even in this position, we're 4 points off, or we're in reach, I will have to change my expectations, and I will, because I'm consistent. But it's too early. It's too early for me.
So when was that video then that Matisse said it about Arsenal? Was it around February?
It was around New Year. Like the thing is, Arsenal were top of the league. Arsenal were top of the league. I remember because they were playing brilliantly, better than we are now, right? They were top of the league. They had smoked everyone. And they had to change their expectations because they were playing title-winning football. They were playing title-winning football. So, you know.
No, I hear that.
Last one, actually, before we move on. Actually, well, I say last one, last 3. Mr. K says, SAEED, this one is especially for you and your new love, Amorim. Show these AFC crybabies that you owe them, then get smacked by Forest. Do it for old times. Let's make it 2020.
Brother, listen, man, leave me alone, man. Liverpool fans, we're not doing you no favors, man.
Sadiq says, Foden is not a leader. He is better protected than the English king. How can he grow? And then last one on Foden quickly. Simon Jordan says, Foden's just really on confidence for whatever reason. Class is permanent. He will be back. Apologies, I'm going to squeeze in one more from Aaron Smithy. He says, the Arsenal hate needs to be explained. Is it just hate for the fan base? If any other team were where they are, it would defo be rated.
Fan base.
It's definitely the fan base. It's not even hate of the fan
So-
base. It's
so-
a hate of the delusional fan base. Not
Okay.
every fan base. There's some
So-
good fans out
Yeah,
there
that's
that are taking it in their
We're
stride.
the
or
only fan base of
disappointed.
delusional fans, to be
Yeah,
fair.
no. But it's what it is. What it is look like
No,
if
do you know,
you've not.
Chris?
Go
Okay,
on.
I'll let you speak on.
But the guy's rattled, man. Let him answer, man.
Well, I'm rattled.
This super chat is facts, by the way. Just saying. Go on.
on, you
No,
wanted
my
to
boy,
speak.
I think with Arsenal, the issue is, fans are delusional, fans are hopeful, optimistic, whatever you're going to say. But there's always these sweeping conversations before things have actually happened. So it's like, oh, Slot's won the title. What's next for Arteta? Let's get to May first. There's still a long season left there. If Slot's won at that point, you say Fabio the Slot and you have a conversation about Arteta. But with Arsenal, it's always these sweeping conversations straight away. And I've seen it
It's
too
not
often.
really
And I
sweeping,
know-
though, is it? It's been
it
2
is though,
years,
because people,
3
if Arteta loses a game, should you get sacked? If
6 years
Arteta wins
without
a game,
trophy.
we're back in
I
the
mean,
title
it's
race.
not-
But
Yeah,
it's,
but those are always
I think that's one of the
rebuttals.
issues I see with Arsenal personally.
But Babs, but those rebuttals, those statements are always reacting to statements that Arsenal fans
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
saying by we got this.
I think if
we
you
got
ask a lot
this.
of Arsenal fans, that majority of Arsenal fans, the ones that I'd say the majority, but they're silent, they still have belief in the side to bring it back this season, and there's still a lot of pressure though as well. So it's kind of a balanced view where we still believe we can bring it back into this title race this season, but at the same time, if we don't, there'll be questions to Mikel Arteta.
Yeah.
Why was there no certain changes, and the main one being Ethan for Martin. I think that's the main one they'll say is why was that profile not used earlier? Because honestly speaking, we're talking 2 games here, Bournemouth and Newcastle, not the Liverpool game, not the Chelsea game. Those 2 games are the ones that are really costing us right now. And I think because of that, Arsenal
Brighton
fans will be
as
asking
well?
those questions.
Brighton,
Look, I think fans are a bit more lenient on that because they thought it wasn't a red card. But I think those 2 games against Bournemouth and Newcastle, especially Newcastle, to not won that game and barely made nothing, that was a real awful performance. And I think that's where fans are looking at right now, going, look, Mikel, if you had started Ethan, they might have changed it there. But there's a balance there. Only if we have a bit of doubt right now doesn't mean we're all Arteta out. It means that we have a bit of doubt and we need to see the team earn that trust back this season. But for me, they have.
So
my
who's
trust
your
because I've seen
fiercest?
it.
Can I just ask for the last time? Who's your first closest rivals this season?
I think now we've proven it. Liverpool have gone and they've become the biggest threat. So if my goal is to win a title, the team that's 9 points clear is the biggest threat. So it's Liverpool.
Fair enough. Now, that's
Prison
basically
break.
super chat. It's basically super chat's done. And now
Let's
we
talk
move
about
on
the bottlers,
to.
man. Let's talk about the bottlers.
Yeah, let's talk about the bars. Go on. Do you want me to talk or do you want to talk? I think you're
I
itching
just
to
wanted to
speak.
explain what your club is about and what do you represent. And
What
I
do you
didn't-
represent? That is crazy.
I didn't put this out.
how do you
There's-
describe Tottenham Hotspur? That's what we want to know.
I describe Tottenham Hotspur as a deeply unserious football club. They're unserious football club because they're a team that have players who can turn it on occasion, but have players who will just not perform when the onus is there to perform. We're a team that has a manager who clearly has the capabilities to perform well and has proven it in multiple games, but also will be so inconsistent when it comes to making changes, etc., etc. And then we have an ownership that certain man with a dumb ginger beard, the bearded fraud,
Whoa.
certain man, the bearded
Shout
fraud.
out the brothers with ginger beards in the chat though.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I mean? We love
there's
you.
only one man with a ginger beard that I'm talking about. That
Steve's got a ginger beard.
No.
Yeah,
There's
he's
only
got a
one
beard,
man I'm talking
Steve.
about. There's
Yeah,
only
I'm
one man I'm
feeling, man.
talking about. There's only one man I'm talking about, Steve, and it's the guy who supports Arsenal that continuously defends Daniel Levy whenever I speak out against this guy and his inability to equip this team with the caliber of players that we can actually hang our hat on. So yeah, Spurs are an unserious club with an unserious owner, with an inconsistent manager and inconsistent players. I can't really say much more than that. I really can't. Sorry, I can't. So over to you, man.
That's enough on Spurs, man.
You know,
I'll be honest, I can't analyze you lot anymore.
can't, I
It's
can't,
it's just.
We
a
all
cycle.
knew it. We all
I
said
can.
it.
We all knew it. I predicted that they drop points. Like they're so
Did
predictable.
you? What did you say?
I've probably said Fulham win because I said.
I think he said 3-2 Fulham win.
Yeah.
Oh,
But Fulham should have won that game. Like they actually should have beat.
They should have.
Like
And
I don't know.
it's
man.
hard because we had injuries, right? Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. We had injuries. I think we had 5 starters missing, and then we had 3 guys off the bench that we'd normally try and rotate in and out of the game that were missing as well. So we had a lot of players missing. But I've just seen this type of game too many times for Tottenham. Teams find ways. Do you get what I'm saying? Teams find ways. Why is it always us that has to that has to drop points. Why? Why is it always us?
Yeah.
It's just
You know, for me,
it's the history of the Spurs, isn't it?
no, my thing is that you can't like win with them injuries against Man City 4-0 convincingly, and
You
then the
can.
next week. Sorry.
They can. That's the whole thing, Saeed. They can and they do year upon year upon year upon year.
I've
They
just had
can.
to put this up. And there's a problem. So like this super chat, he goes, Son is finito. Son isn't finished, but Son is declining. Before a ball was kicked, what did I say to you, man? I said we can't afford to bleed Son again. He's not the guy who's going to consistently bail us out week in, week out. He's at the tail end of his career. He needs
One game
to
a
be
week.
rotated.
One
He
game a
needs to
week
be
for him, only.
rotated. And yet here we are. He has to start in the Europa League. He has to start in the Premier League. And not only does he have to start, he has to play 90 minutes. We're still flogging this guy. We've been flogging this guy for years, bro. And we're still having to flog him. But
It's so funny as well because like he should be coming off the bench, replacing Solanke
Facts.
after 65, 70 minutes.
Brother.
Last 20, go and get a little couple goals for yourself. Go and add a
No,
goal.
he's allowed to start a game here and there.
No, but
man.
he
One-
shouldn't be starting left wing. I'll be
He's
honest.
a rotation
I know he did well last week, but
100%.
Tottenham should have a dynamic Diaz hungry winger. You know, someone that is gonna elevate the overall system and the general play. Son is a finisher. He's not a dribbler. He's not someone that should be on the touchline taking on people at this age, and it's just not fair.
You should buy
I don't
Gordon
even want to
from
talk about
Newcastle.
Son because Son's done too much dirt at Tottenham to be even spoken of.
But the thing is, we have to because he was crap. He was crap against Fulham, right?
I know,
he was
but
crap.
it's just-
He was crap
It's like
against Fulham.
Gundogan at
and-
City. It's like, what the fuck are we really getting into
Yeah,
these
but
men
the-
for? Why
but the
they
thing
even
is
on the
this-
pitch?
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The good things that he's capable of, we can't even keep him fresh. So that like he's coming off the bench with like, okay, yeah, he's energized. He's got the right energy levels to put away these chances. No, we have to flog and flog and flog. And again, it's about how he's utilized in the squad, which also depends on how the manager is using him, which also depends on the players that the manager needs to call upon. I can come here and criticize Ange Postecoglou for his tactical setup, and I will. I think defensively, we're letting way too many shots against us. We let in 18 shots against Roma, and then we let in 15 against Fulham. We should have lost the game.
Can I ask a question?
Sorry, I was just going to say I can criticize the manager for that, but I can't criticize the manager for having to use Son, for having to use Werner, because these are the players he's been given. When we were moaning about the transfer window in the summer, man was saying, "Oh, but you signed 65 million Solanke." I came here on this platform and I told you, man, about this Archie Gray brother. You said he's talented. I don't doubt that he's talented, but why did we go out and spend 40 million on this 18-year-old who's meant to be a midfielder, but yet whenever he plays for Tottenham, he's coming on and he's playing left back. He's playing right back. Mind you, yesterday was the first game I've seen of him where he's actually come on and he's played in midfield. I don't understand this club. I just don't get them. Sorry, I don't understand it. You signed a 65-year-old, one starter, and 4 kids, and Timo Werner. And what makes it mad is Timo Werner is probably the only winger we have that right now that's fit, because Odegaard is injured. The only winger we have that's fit that can actually run at players. How scary is that?
Yeah, it's mad.
Tell you something.
How scary is that?
Timo Werner starts for us, and Raheem Sterling.
Oh my God, Steve, stop.
Nah.
Hey, I'm not taking the piss.
Steve,
Someone was playing Sterling, and I said to
Steve,
the
it
guy,
ain't that bad yet, mate.
No, you ain't that bad yet.
"What?
Steve.
So we got Nunes and Lewis as our wingers. You telling me you wouldn't start
Samuel
Timo Werner
Listen,
and Sterling?
I'm taking Doku and Savinho over.
Yeah, them
Over
two.
them,
Werner
yeah.
But Pep ain't starting them two. But I'm saying Werner
Is a City
and
legend.
Sterling.
You got to respect him.
He's better than Nunes and Lewis at the minute.
That's crazy. Okay, so you said Maddison was meaty, right? I'm not even doing an agenda thing. Why can't
he was
Maddison?
meaty.
Why can't he string together 2-3 good performances in a row? Why?
He has strung together 2-3 good performances this season in a row, but I just don't know. I don't even think Maddison was bad, but I wanted more from Maddison. That wasn't good enough. I wanted more from Maddison. He is capable.
Did he get
of
hooked
stringing
off or did he play the whole game?
He took him off on the 80-something minute, which is again another thing I wanted to talk about.
Why is
And
he
everyone's
doing
like,
that, man?
it's cool. It's so bizarre. So he took him off. So Fulham have just gone down to 10 men, and he's taking off Maddison for Bergvall. And don't get me wrong, Bergvall's got talent, but
That's mad.
I've seen enough now. Apart from maybe 2 games in a Spurs shirt this season. He's been so bad in the rest. Like, this tells me this guy's got talent, but he's nowhere near ready to be playing like games for Tottenham.
Yeah.
Why are you bringing this little kid on with 2 minutes of normal time to go plus injury time when they're down to 10 men? You want to have all your game changers on the pitch so you can try and make something happen. And of course, the biggest indictment is they're down to 10 men, and Fulham didn't look like they were under duress for the entire period of stoppage time. They didn't look under duress. It's bad, bro.
You lot are confusing, man.
And you know what? We'll move on to predictions now, because obviously we've got Bournemouth. This is a tough game.
You ain't winning that, man.
We're going to lose this game of football, so I'm going to predict a loss. We're going to lose
Where
this
is
game.
it? At Bournemouth.
It's like that, yeah. You're just gonna lose. Not even.
No. I believe we're going to lose. If we play like we did against Fulham, we're going to lose this game of football.
Have you got anyone coming back?
Watch out for that
I'm not sure, I
Evanilson,
think-
man. Bro, he's a dog, man, in terms of like the way he's like moving right now. Like, he's running around. He just chases everything, and he's a proper animal in there, you know, man. So watch
It's
out
not
for
just
him.
him. It's not just him. I think Iraiola's got them coached well, man. I think
Very
based
good
off
manager.
what I've seen this season, they've been one of the best. They've been one of the best teams in terms of their press. Their press is so organized, so coordinated, right? The minute you let that ball get into the midfield, bang. And even it doesn't even need to be in the midfield. With us, because of the players that may play, he's probably going to be like, you know what? Don't press. Don't wait until the ball gets into the midfield. Just press them high. Press them high. Force them to turn over possession. This guy, this fucking culture cams guy, man. Oh my days.
He was right though, man.
You know what? I ain't gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait until Wednesday, and I'm gonna deal with
Have
him.
you got anyone coming back from injury or whatever situation squad wise?
Solanke, what's it?
Solanke, I don't know. We need to see, because I'm not. The press conference is gonna be tomorrow or Wednesday, so I need to see. I'm hoping Solanke will be there. I'm hoping Romero will be there. I'm hoping that he actually rotates and drops Pedro Porro. Pedro Porro has been so poor this season, and the guy plays every game. He plays every fucking game.
What's
bro.
your option?
Best right back in the league.
Play Jed Spence.
Yeah.
He's not the
Fulham
best right
jumped
back in
into
the league. I don't know. He's not the best right back in the league.
Spence is still there.
Yes, he's still there. He
Jed
got given a
Spence.
new contract.
What
Play
happened to
Jed
his
Spence.
career, man? Because he at one point
Play
he
Jed
looked like he was
Spence.
fired.
We gave him
And
a
then-
career. Let's be real, bro. He had one good game against Arsenal, and since then,
Oh,
Honestly.
here we go. Make it about Arsenal.
no, it's true. But we gave him that one game, and since then, look at that.
But the
Bloody
pro-
hell, man.
you say this, but
Is he a
Jed
good
Spence-
player?
That's what I'm saying. You've just
he
literally
looked-
proved the point
He
here.
looked a decent
You're
player.
talking about
yeah,
why
like-
Arsenal are the most hated
Yeah.
fan base.
No,
and all
because
this
it annoyed me because
He
that was
just
that one
literally said
game
right
against
there.
Forest,
But-
bro. He got
but-
all the hype because he
No,
locked
no,
off
don't say-
Martinelli.
don't
And
say-
look at him
don't
now.
say
He's
all the hype.
scamming with the Spurs.
Don't say all the hype, because you're doing this thing now where you're trying to pretend as if it's because of Arsenal that he's made his name.
No, it's
he was
not.
in
We
the-
gave him.
he was
We
in-
had an
he was
awful
in
game.
the
that game.
champion. He was in the championship team of the year, and he was courted by several.
Yeah, and you
Premier
cook Warnock for no reason. Look
Right.
at him now on the
You-
bench.
Yeah, and that's through no fault of his own. It's the manager. The manager keeps bleeding Pedro Porro, who's not playing well. He's not
Do you reckon he
offering
starts
us
for you
much.
right now?
What's that?
Do you reckon he starts for you guys right now?
He should be starting Jed Spence. To not
What,
even
ahead of
because
Porro? Ahead of Porro?
right now, yes, to rotate Porro. You can't
Would you
keep
play
playing-
Porro further forward? Because you're right.
No.
No.
No. Pedro, listen to me. Pedro Porro needs to be dropped. He's played too much football and he's not playing well. Like, we're
Okay.
playing way too many
Nah,
games
facts.
for the manager
Do
to
it.
just keep playing the same
Andy's
team
stubborn,
over and
man.
over and over again. He needs to be dropped.
This is way too long on Spurs, man. Look at the time as well. It's way too long.
Anyway, let me go through. Let's do some predictions and I'll go through the super chat. So, SAEED, Bournemouth Spurs.
I'm gonna go.
How
I'm
do you
gonna go
expect
with-
Daniel Levy to keep up with you, though? One,
Get out.
then you don't
Get him a kid.
one, then you
Stop it, man. Let him say something,
Nah,
man.
let him speak, bro.
Let him run. Let him run.
then Porro's the best right back in the league, and then he's not. Then you want Jed
Who the
Spence
fuck
back.
called him the best right back in the league? Who the
No,
fuck
one
ever
of. You
called him
called him
that?
one of. How's Daniel Levy meant to keep up with
No,
fans
no.
like you? Explain that.
I'm so sick of this guy. So saying a player's out of
Nah,
form,
Tech is really
saying a
mad.
player's out of form and needs to be taken out the firing line is a problem. These times he was talking about Ben White. He's one of the best right backs in the league. Yet now all of a sudden Timber's the best thing since sliced bread. The cheek of this guy, man.
It was rhetorical.
Get out of here, man. Get out of here,
I'm gonna
man.
go with Tottenham to win. Sorry, I mean Bournemouth to win.
That's mad, isn't it?
2-0, you know.
Where's this at? Bournemouth.
Bournemouth
Yeah,
ground, yeah.
Oh, they're
You know,
they're losing.
you know
They're
Bournemouth,
losing.
man.
Nah,
Let's
they're
have it.
losing, bro.
Fucking
Um,
I
It's
know.
not easy.
They're a good
but this is the
side.
kind of shit they do, though. Like, they might go and beat Bournemouth away.
I
This
know,
is the
but
kind
I'm
of
more
shit.
Trissy
confident
actually,
with it.
yeah, he's got a good point,
I'm more
you know.
confident against Chelsea than Bournemouth. I'll be real. If we have our players back, I'm more confident against Chelsea than Bournemouth.
Is it Tottenham Chelsea on the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Mob
Mob,
said,
mob,
mob.
mob.
Yeah, we've got
The
more,
mob,
brother.
the mob.
Yeah.
I will be there.
And Steve will be there as well.
Chelsea versus
I'm there.
Matisse versus Toby. Oh, shit.
Matisse, score predictions, please.
For Tottenham, I'll go.
What did SAEED say?
He said
Don't worry
2-1.
what I said, man.
I said,
2-2.
don't worry. I will go.
I'm not telling you.
I'll go 2-0 Bournemouth.
2-0, fine, fair enough. I'm gonna go 2-1 Bournemouth as well.
You've just gone 2-1 Bournemouth against your own
Allow
team.
it, man. Steve, man.
Yes,
Allow it,
yes,
man.
I have.
You know what I mean?
Steve,
Allow
score predictions.
That's mad. Bournemouth. Respect.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, 2-0 Bournemouth.
2-0.
He's convinced me.
2-0. GRIZZ,
Gonna score, man. I'm going to go 2-2.
okay. And then Turkish has gone for the same scoreline. Cheeky Desmond, 2-2. Let me just reel off the super chats and then I think we are done.
Turkish ain't gone for Bournemouth.
He's gone 2-2. He's gone 2-2. You know what,
Have
Babs?
we got a table for this league yet?
No, not.
It's not been updated.
No, not for this
it's
week, but
pretty
we'll
much
get
the
one for
same, but
Thursday.
we've-
We'll get one for Thursday.
I think it's pretty much the same, but me and you have moved up closer to the pack because
Yeah.
we both got a score each right.
Mm.
So I reckon it's like level with a couple of people now.
It's tight, that league, man. Can't lie, it's
Yeah.
tight.
Very tight. So H, big up H for the super chat. It says Matisse, we're in the race. City finishing fourth, phase six. Arteta, yeah, not afraid. United, check if they play. Check if they play, how they play. Super Chelsea under charge. I love that United statement. Saki says Levy's plan is trying to create regions. More Gray, Bergvall, Vuskovic, Odebert, all potential, but they need quality around them to help them succeed. Facts. Got the talent, but we need. You know what? It's too late for this shit. Big up Zephyr. Fucking hell, man. Zephirash. Apologies. I'm butchering. Zephy. Qualifying for the Champions League in that Modric Bale era was the worst thing that could have happened to Spurs fans. It would have been a big five. It's the hope that kills. Dake says, I don't get why Spurs fans complain. It's not your players, managers, or fans. It's your owner. He sacked Jose before final. Enough said. But you just said you don't get why we complained, and then you just explained why Spurs fans complained. Weird.
I've said.
Yeah. So it says typical Spurs would lose 2-0 to Bournemouth and then pull up against Chelsea and win 3-1. I'm probably banking on that, to be honest.
Actually, I think it's a relevant game, but I actually can't wait for Chelsea Spurs. Like it doesn't mean anything, but I can't wait for the banter.
Yeah, man. Well, that's it for us. That's it for us, people. Be easy on me, yeah. I'm hearing I'm seeing a lot of chats in the comments about my hosting. Yeah, my hosting
W host in the chat. W host in the
my
chat.
hosting
Yeah,
capabilities are up to scratch.
Give him a couple of dubs.
Nah, man, it was good. It was good.
Yeah.
I need
Also,
an
as well,
apology for all gingers. Apologize to gingers, please.
Yeah.
I'm not apologizing for shit, man. Get the hell out
And
of
it's
here.
a
bro.
war. Gingers unite.
Listen, you had Ed Sheeran a few years ago. Yeah, playing outside the ground and that with his guitar. He won't be
Gingers
doing
lives
that again
matter,
if
man.
you're hating gingers, mate.
Have you not seen that episode of South Park where they do the where it's like ginger people and they basically come to take over the town? You know what? If you don't get it, you don't get it. That episode of South Park is class anyway. But people, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button as well. There's still just under 8K here. Smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to all the socials.
Slut. Nah.
End the stream, man.
Matisse,
Slut.
take us out.
Nah,
I ain't trying to hear this.